plugged in.
But it's focusing on that notebook that's right in front of it? Is that your computer cover?
Yes, it's my computer. Give me a second.
Okay.
Looks like a Mead notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Switch.
Or is
No.
this how you're
Don't
going to be
switch.
real
You guys can
artsy?
see him?
I mean, it's not that great. It's just
That actually looks worse, right?
Yeah.
You look really bleary now, yeah. Except for those sexy knees.
Oh, now you froze.
Did I?
Yeah, I mean, I can still hear you, but I'm just staring at your kneecaps.
Did freeze.
Recording, right?
I am not recording yet. It's live on YouTube, but I have not started recording.
On YouTube, great.
If I could remember how to fucking...
I'm still frozen.
There you go. Now you're...
Yeah, I gotta manually focus. I hate my life so much.
There's the Jack we know and love.
I have to focus on hating my life.
Fuck you, Pete Master.
I'm gonna turn another light on because it's kind of dark in here.
Yeah, go for it. Pete, we're trying Discord today. Moving on up.
Of course, I have to keep moving back to 1 to test my fucking focus.
Okay.
Oh, shit, look at that. That's good.
Computer, dim the
That's
overheads
amazing.
50%.
I guess if you really wanted to see Jack, you could just pull up the YouTube, but that sounds like a lot of work.
Computer, dim the lamp 70%.
Maybe I should sign off and sign on again.
I bet if you just download
It's just my.
if you just
Overhead
download the
stuff,
Discord
100%.
client, it would fix all of this. I'm
Fine,
shit. You,
fine.
now you're just
Right,
you're gonna have to keep doing the podcast to justify me making you install stuff. That's where this is headed.
I like this. This app is cool.
Yeah, I think it's great.
God, do you know how much money you would make on Twitch, Hillary, if you became a live streamer, game streamer?
Yeah, have you ever thought about playing video games? Oh boy.
I got into this stupid one on my phone. I used to play video games when I was little, like Mortal Kombat and
All you have to do is
Aladdin on Sega Genesis.
play like Call of Duty Warzone. You don't even have to be good at it, and I'm sure you'll make a shitload of money.
Yeah, you'll make like 10, 15 bucks every couple of minutes or however the fuck it works.
Let's talk more about this, guys.
About you?
It's
making
called
money playing-
Discord.
Yeah, Discord.
Well, you need Twitch or something, right?
Well, you
Or
need
is
a
it just
Twitch
Discord?
account, and then you need some sort of software that streams to Twitch. It's just a fucking racket.
I can't find Discord in my app store.
I went to Discord. I went to Discord.com.
Oh, okay.
Downloaded it.
Hey guys.
I'm gonna be out of beer before we even start.
I
Same
was
with
gonna
me and the
get
tea.
beer but my foot started bleeding, so
What happened?
wear and tear, just falling apart. I should have a Flintstones shirt on, just in my bare feet getting around bedrock. Yeah,
I'm downloading.
It's all bloody. I can't see it now because I got a Band-Aid on.
Thank you for.
And now we've got Jack subscribers going up about 100%.
I've been walking like 14, 15 miles a day for the last week. It's just,
Oh, I'm so jealous.
don't be. I'm in so much pain.
Yeah, what is the opposite of jealous?
Less jealous.
What is the opposite?
My parents like won't let me leave the house.
Oh, really?
I mean, they're right. You shouldn't. It's
We
still
gotta-
the
I mean, We have to do it together. Like I know. I mean, basically, I have two autoimmune diseases and I'm having respiratory problems right now. And my parents are both like 70. So
Yeah.
we go to this park that's nearby and it's really pretty. But,
Do you feed the birds?
you know, I'm used to walking like miles and miles every day in New York. So, but they won't let me go by myself in the neighborhood because still.
So when one of you needs mouth to mouth, the other one is going to do it, and then the third one's going to hop on that person and get oxygen out of their lungs into the first person's lungs.
Yes.
Corey just wrote some weird pornography.
I was going to say Three Stooges skit, but okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's way more appropriate.
Has there ever been Three Stooges porn?
Please
Right? Isn't it the old adage like everything's been parodied into porn at some point? But I don't think I've ever seen a Three Stooges porn.
Are you running through your mixer, Jack?
I don't know. I'm trying to find my. Why? Can you not hear me?
No, you're just real loud and blown out right now. I didn't know if you were messing with your mixer or if it's just because the mic's so close to your mouth.
Test. How
Oh,
about
there
now?
you
How
go.
about now?
Yep, yeah, you're good. Three Stooges.
I lost my
porno.
Discord. I lost the. I don't know where you guys are.
Wait, okay, so I'm installing it right now. I should get out of this?
Yeah. Yeah, so then I think
Should I
once it's
sign off from
installed-
this?
Yeah, once it's installed, if you click the link again, it should redirect you to the client.
Okay.
Or do the Jack route, pay $100.
Oh yeah, I'd like
make
to
an
receive
account.
keystrokes.
Yeah, just hit
I didn't actually. It was free. I was
I know
being
you were.
facetious. I was being hyperbolic.
So there is a movie called Not the Three Stooges Triple X.
There you go.
That's the name of it, not the Three Stooges.
There's
I mean,
also
that could be anything. Schindler's List could have been called Not the Three Stooges.
Triple X though. That's kind of what gives it away.
Wait, do I have
I
to
would think it was
register now?
You shouldn't have to, but Jack chose to.
I created. I put in my email and then I picked which pictures look like a bus and it took 2 minutes. I don't know if that's gonna fix your camera issue.
Yeah, I
Well, I
don't,
don't think it's gonna
Am I
let
s-
me in if I don't.
Am I still out of focus?
So you guys are cutting in and out.
No, you look at Jack.
Everything's hard. Why is everything so hard?
Because of that not the Three Stooges Triple X porn.
Oh, I get it.
I'm out of focus. It's driving me nuts.
I don't. Okay.
Can't get out, damn spot.
Speaking of nuts, you
All
can name
right.
one Curly, the other one Joe.
All right, so I'm gonna exit out of this and try again.
Okay.
Yeah, Hillary's got the best camera, but at the same time, Hillary is the one who should have the best camera.
Well, and she's the best looking out of the three of us, hands down. I mean, that's.
I would say
Very
Corey's
kind.
camera.
No, keep your hands above the table.
Oh, I'm.
Why do I still hear you?
Because you're still in here. You're still on the webpage.
It's God, Kent.
This is like that Rick and
wait.
Morty. Is this still a commercial?
And that's how I died. Did you see the Bill and Ted's 3 trailer came out?
No, I was gonna watch it, but I had to record this stupid
Someone
podcast.
said it was kind of mess, so I didn't watch it because I thought I'd be sad.
I mean, it's 100% meh. It's the two guys in their mid to late 40s trying to act like they're 20, but I'm totally going to see the shit out of that movie.
Keanu Reeves is almost 60, Matt.
Is he really?
Computer, how old is Keanu Reeves?
A robot.
55.
Keanu Reeves, 55 years old.
Yeah, that's rounding up on fives.
No,
So-
Second grade math.
I-
So I'm right.
I was
6.5
in
years
agreement
older
with
than
you.
me.
I wasn't going to tell you you were wrong. Oh, yeah.
Why can't I get in focus?
Take 39.
Because no camera that's not worth $800,000 can capture your beauty.
Oh, shit. You know, just take a
I
picture
paid
of Jack
$800,000.
and tape it to the bottom right corner of your screen. I really wish I was recording all this. I feel like
The one time you don't record before everybody's set up.
now's a good time to start the show. Oh, there went Hillary. Now it's just Matt and Corey on top of Jack.
Seems like old times.
Yeah, just like the old days.
I can't get it any sharper.
What if you move
Twist
it
your
closer?
nipples.
That too.
I can't get. I'm on my bed. I can't get the camera any closer. There's no stable surface.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nothing less stable than your bed.
Got that right.
Just
Beat says you should turn off your auto white balance. Your camera's got too much privilege.
oof.
I don't think there's.
Yeah. See, we don't need to talk about IT when Beatmaster's here to do it for us.
Okay, I can hear you again.
I see
what
an
to
orange
do?
box.
All right, now I just. Oh wait. How do I do? Now I just see Matt and Corey, but not. All right. General. Well, I can see you guys now. I can't see myself.
Have you hit video over on the left? The little button that should be one that says video, one that says screen.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't. This.
Where's webcam?
Oh my gosh!
Can you see
I
everyone?
can
now?
see everyone.
Okay. Fucking close the ticket.
All right, so you have to use the stupid app.
Where's
Discord.
Webcam?
Did it? Yeah. Beatmaster. Or we can just Google how to turn off white balance. Every time we say auto white balance, I just think of New Balance shoes.
I'll Google it. No, it's not that fancy a system.
I should probably pre-warn everybody. It was 90-something degrees today. My cable was just hooked back up, but it's a loose cable that's going across my lawn. And it is about to thunderstorm like
Ooh.
crazy
Did
here
you-
in Michigan.
Did you even see what is coming here? The fucking tropical storm is in Wisconsin.
Oh,
I expect that in Wisconsin.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's fucking insane. That's what, so Jack texted me and he goes, "Hey, it works." And I said, "It might be a bit. I'm chasing chickens around my yard." Because we waited until it was raining to try to get the baby chickens into the coop, and none of them were having
Aw.
any of it. So eventually I was just like, fuck it. If you die, you die.
I was head of that mission.
They just
in
go into the
Velda.
deck. They've done it for like 3 days.
Aw.
They got like,
Can you hear me? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. I'm just put my mic higher.
I give up.
I mean, you sound fine. It's just your camera's a little fuzzy.
I don't even think it looks that bad, really.
Beatmaster, he's
Yeah, I think it looks fine.
it's an external
It's just-
webcam.
I just don't hear you very well.
That's because his
Oh,
mic's
by the
nowhere
way-
near his mouth.
Live
Oh,
as a dick.
It's
Oh, there you go,
know,
okay.
it's just I spent going on now 250 grand on a degree in film production. I just want to not be fuzzy. You know, I'm literally going to be working off these loans until I'm 80 years old. I just
Jack, I
want to
don't-
be in fucking focus.
I don't
Yes.
want to tell you your education, but this isn't film.
No, so one other thing, I don't know if you saw the playthrough video that we put out earlier this week, Jack. I made that on Wondershare 9 in about a half an hour. So I have 2 IT degrees and no film degrees. So, I was like, I just offended him.
He's like, I'm done.
Yeah, fuck
I'm
that
I'm,
shit.
I'm listening.
The downside is that with technology, everything has been made easier across the board. So like having
Clearly,
And Jack, you're svelte enough that you can have a camera faced up at you and look good. So
That's very
fuck
true.
you.
shut up, Harry. Do you even want to know what it looks like if you look straight up me?
I do know because I'm a bottom.
Oh,
Oh, I was just being supportive for Jack.
no, I appreciate it. Why is this camera so much brighter?
I'm guessing it's where the camera
Oh,
is.
it's possible. I thought you turned-
Computer. turn off the overheads. That's gonna be too dark.
Now it looks like you're a man of mystery.
God,
Ooh.
I certainly got the hairy chest for it.
I didn't say international.
Jack Pacone is the
Domestic
new
man of
alias.
mystery.
I gotta organize my notes. Hold on.
Oh, I started to take notes and I didn't.
I almost stopped, and then I was like, "No, these awful lines just keep coming.
That's
I'm
part
gonna
of
write them
me.
all down."
Yep, part of me was like, man, I should really take notes. I looked at my wife because she had never seen it, and I'm like, I remember this movie being way better. I also
Was she like, "Why did I waste 3 hours of my life?"
no, she stared at her phone for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's the notes I'm going to start taking is just Aaron being pissed off the entire time. Like, what the fuck? Why are you making me watch this? You told me to come in here. I don't care. This is terrible.
Did she last the whole time though?
Well, we split it into
Staring
2
at her
nights.
phone?
But,
Oh, okay, yeah. I know. I watched the last of it today, actually.
Aaron's having a flare up, so she's laying in bed
Aw.
anyways, and told me to come in the bedroom because that's where the air conditioning is, and she just wanted me to hang out. And I'm like, well, I have to watch this movie, and she's like, no, it's fine. And not 5 minutes in, she's like, you can go.
Yeah, I guess this is going to be the second consecutive week we just start talking about the movie right away.
Oh no! I feel like I do
So-
that.
No, it's
That's like-
totally
that's
you,
my
but it's
fault.
fine. Because we will digress. But I also like the only parts that are really memorable of this movie to me are like the 20 minutes where they're trying to get on the plane. Like them, all the introductions and shit. I don't really give a fuck about them. Like briefly remember parts of the airport, like when they eat the sandwich and say that it tastes bad.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But my favorite parts and what I remember the most fondly are Mr. Toomey and the boardroom scene.
Mm-hmm.
Them getting on the plane and trying to get away from the Langoliers that just look horrendous by today's computer graphic standards. And then flying back through the rift, like the whole scene where they show up at the airport at the end. And then the shit that happens after that, like I completely fucking forgot and gave up on.
The effects aren't just bad for today, Matt. The effects are bad for then. Like, this
Yeah.
made the Lawnmower Man look like Duke Nukem Forever was meant to look like.
Didn't Jurassic Park come out the same year as the movie was made?
Did it really?
No, this came out 2 years after Jurassic Park.
That's
Jesus.
not better. That actually makes
I mean, I
it
know
worse.
it was TV, but
That's
It really should have. It should have been puppets. I could see them using the CGI for the end when there's like thousands of Langoliers chasing the plane as it takes
Yeah.
off. But for all the close-ups and the two main ones that eat Balky, it should have just been gross, slimy alien eggs from Alien kind of
I know,
texture.
because how do you make it not
Um,
look like Pac-Man?
Yeah,
Put some
yeah.
It
hair
was
on
just
it.
like,
Have any of us read the book?
I bet the book's good. Thank you.
Yeah, I wonder.
for that.
I wonder. I
Corey
wonder
got
how
me a
they're
gift.
described.
Oh, I was like, what is the significance of this taco hat?
Corey got it for me.
Aw.
It's great.
When he talked tacos about Taco Bell.
Oh yeah. So
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Aw.
So real quick, I'm glad I remember I had it sitting here on this for this reason. But I get 2 packages in the mail, and I'm like, well, one of them is these light bulbs because we had ordered.
Wait,
light
was this
bulbs.
just recently?
Yeah, this was last
Aw.
Wednesday. It was supposed to be here before last week's episode, and it didn't happen.
That was my hope.
Sorry, wife asked me if I drugged our dogs. Did not. So it showed up Wednesday, and I'm like, there's 2 Amazon packages. I only knew of the light bulbs coming. And then I open up this fucking taco hat, and then
Ignore me. I'm
in.
still trying. I'm still trying
Oh,
to get my
okay.
focus.
okay.
I thought he was like, look at my hat.
That's what I thought too, and so I was like, yeah, I don't know who would have sent me a taco hat, but I just started wearing it all the time, and so she has like pictures she's sending her our college roommates and shit of me eating with a taco hat on. The thing is fucking hotter than shit. Like it warms up pretty quick, and I can't tell if I like it as like a cowboy hat or sideways.
Ooh.
So obviously you get more.
I just asked for your address on Sunday. How did you go? Oh, because it's Matt. So
Do you
3 days
know
of drinking.
how much I drank? Yeah, this is fucking the quarantine drinking is out of control. But I can also do this. So, in 2.5 months, when the Monster Madness episode comes out, I just wore this the whole time, and was doing
I
this.
saw that on the I saw that on your Monster Madness Instagram.
Yeah.
They seem your co-host seemed very happy to look at your hat the whole time.
I gotta give him something good to look at.
My
Sorry, I'll stop now.
fun find this week is I'm eating candied bacon.
I was wondering what you were jamming in your gullet over there.
I
That's
think it's
why you
called
turned on-
Canadian bacon.
That's
Corey.
why he turned on push to talk so he could eat fucking bacon while he's doing the episode. Wait for it. Wait for it. He's got to get to the push to talk button.
Yes.
Wait, but Corey, wasn't it your dad that was going vegan?
Yep, Dad's vegan now,
Okay.
but
So
I'm not.
he's eating for two. He's eating meat for two.
Oh,
No
I'm eating
judgment,
a
no
whole lot of
judgment.
meat for people. But no, we went to the Christian butcher yesterday because Aaron didn't want to go to Meyer and deal with that.
So, can you explain to me what a Christian butcher is?
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
wrong with the
shit.
Jewish butcher?
I don't know, man. It's just for some reason you go in there. There's Bible verses up around, and it's a cute little butcher shop. It's very local, and
Oh, another place Trump must frequent.
yeah, probably.
His Bible.
But we
Is it
just
called,
didn't want.
is it called Flank of Flanks?
Yeah, all of
The Chew Testament. Chew Testament.
Jesus.
But yeah, we just didn't want to deal with Meyer, and so we went to the Christian butcher and we got bratwurst. They had like 6 different kinds of bratwurst. So Aaron got 3 different kinds, and I got just basic teriyaki pineapple ones. And
Oh, you didn't get 2 of every kind?
no,
They're,
yeah,
they're only sold in 2-packs.
for the storm that's happening today, right? No, and then I saw candy bacon. I'm like, oh, I'll give that a shot. I've always wanted to try it. It's pretty good.
Candied bacon is great.
All
Have, you,
right.
have you ever had the chocolate covered potato chips from North Dakota?
No, but we used to have an ice cream that had chocolate covered potato chips in the ice cream.
Oof. So Chippers.
I've seen a chocolate bar that's chocolate and bacon.
Ooh,
I've never had it, but
Minnesota had those. I didn't eat it. But North Dakota is known for Chippers, which are chocolate covered potato chips. And I made friends with a girl who works at their brewery out there, and they made a beer with the Chippers. And I'm like, I need a bottle of the beer, and I need the Chippers. And she
I just like
delivered.
saying chippers.
Yeah, they're in fucking. It's the happiest term on earth.
Chippers.
Chipper was my nickname growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Matt didn't
was a
know for
joke.
the first like
Or
4
like the
years.
gaffer in Mangalera? Sorry.
Matt didn't know for the first 4 years what my real name was. We knew each other for a long time.
Hillary, do you know that Corey's real name is not Corey?
I did not know this.
Boom. Fucking science.
Yeah.
What is it?
You also haven't hosted a podcast with him for 5 years and figured
Hmm.
it out.
I'll give you a hint, Hillary. He was named after the butcher.
Christian.
Uh-huh.
No, wait, I did know that. Isn't that your
Right?
No,
oh,
that's-
wait, no, that's your middle name.
handles or something?
Corey Christian Scott is a name I've gone by since I was 16.
But Christian is the first name.
No.
Your your first name is the same as my dad's middle name.
I assumed it was your real middle name.
But my whole name
Well,
is the
is
same
it-
as my dad's name because my dad and my grandfather, I'm the third. I'm Donald Martin Cantwell the third. That's my real name.
Donald. Oh, I love that.
So, so Christian and Corey is completely made up.
My mom was going to name me Corey Scott. My dad wanted to name me after himself and his dad. And so that changed. So I would have been Corey Scott Cantwell. And then I started using Corey Scott, but I used Christian as my middle name. But like I said, almost my entire life, nobody ever called me Donald because my mom nicknamed me Chipper. And that was with me until about the
Oh,
time I was 15 or so,
Funny.
until I switched
Chipper.
to Corey.
Beat says Corey is an artiste.
What if can I just call you Chipper?
I feel like his response is going to be, "You can call me whatever you want."
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to try to make it not sound as creepy, but there was no way around it.
No, make it extra creepy.
Chipper was on my short list of baby names. I grew up. There's a Chipper next to me. I like. It's a good name. Yeah.
Chipper.
Chip.
I like saying it.
Yeah.
Chip's cute. Yeah.
I was supposed to be a girl, so I got that going for me.
I mean, is there more to that? Were your parents disappointed?
I think my mom was fucking pissed to this day.
Aw.
I mean, she got over it because look what came of that, Mom. I know. I just know that she had bought me a Cabbage Patch Kid that I think she still has to this day.
I was gonna say, would you eat it?
I'll fucking fight you.
I thought it.
Corey, you have to
Good.
push to talk, bud.
I
You
my keyboard's dying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are we good?
Yeah, just it keeps getting weird and quiet, and then
I'm just
Jack was adjusting himself.
That's fine, Jack. You might like. I'm drinking out of the world's most satanic glass today, and then on the other side is just a Pope with an upside down cross going through its mouth.
So
Oh,
we
wow,
talked
that's
about the
great.
Christian Butcher and your.
Well, it's a friend
Yeah.
of mine sells glassware on Instagram. I'm very openly a Christian male, but I support my friends more than anything, and I think it's just fucking badass looking.
I'm just kind of worried because I'm wondering if my wife made that for you. It seems
No,
like
there's,
one
there's
of her...
no penises on it.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, and if
What
she
about in
asks, later. If she asks, I haven't texted her back, but we're trying to find ways to alter what she sent me to use for the new album.
Okay.
Also, think we're doing vinyl.
Rock.
Yeah, because I found a place I could do it for like $21 a piece, so I could sell it for $25. We're fine.
That's cool. I love getting
Cool.
stuff of my friends in the mail.
I mean,
Aww. Let's exchange addresses, guys.
okay.
Well, I just mean Levi just put out
Is it
he
Taco
just
Hell?
published a book through Amazon, and he did a print of the book. It was like 3 years of the what was Inktober, but we're not calling it that now. All of his sketches from those 3 years. So he put it together into a book, and it's got most of it's black and white, but there's some color stuff. The book looks great, and that just arrived yesterday, and Erin's already stolen it from me. And she's like, "When Levi comes out next, can you have him sign my book?" I'm like, "Your book? You goddamn! All right, fine."
Now Beatmaster's asking questions. Sorry.
Feeling good, Jack?
I don't know why there's not like a circle of confusion. I don't know why there's like a specific point I can get where I'm in focus. Just I don't know. 250 grand.
$30 camera. I don't know. It seems like
I know, but
there might be a bottleneck there.
like it clearly there's a focus ring, and it clearly I can change
now
the
you're blue.
focus. Well, it'll white balance every
Oh,
time my
yeah.
hand covers the light source, but
God
Maybe it
damn
needs like a
it.
little shielding or something over it, so it's not getting as much light directly onto the lens.
no, it's the lighting is not even. I don't give a shit about the lighting. I just don't want to be blurry.
Matt, what you drinking?
Voice doesn't sound blurry.
One, 2, or 3.
Uh,
'Cause these are gone.
make an amalgam of all three names.
Fuck, I can't. This one, Treasure Trail, is an Imperial Tiki Sour with pineapple, blackberry, banana, tangerine, cherry, and milk sugars. This is strawberry rhubarb. This one is something else. It's called Coastal Sunshine. Pineapple, guava, and mango. Ooh, and
So a lot of
passion
pineapple
fruit.
in your.
Pretty, yeah.
I like fruit beers because basically I'm getting my nutrients for the day and fucked up.
Yeah, and as I said, I'm your bottom, so this is going to be tasty night for me.
Well, I have a like a triple berry something or other in the fridge that I may have to go grab, but it's a 32-ounce can. But I ain't scared. I've basically
We got 3
contemplated-
hours of a movie to
I know,
discuss.
I've
so.
contemplated quitting my job every day since Friday, so fucking why stop? Where are we in the movie?
Yeah.
Have we even said a name? Have we like
I
chat
mean,
on it a little
Okay.
bit?
I was
So
gonna say,
today we're discussing the
19
Langoliers.
Thank you, Hillary. Yeah, I mean, I
The
kind of went through
19
it. 95.
Okay, 95.
I wasn't sure.
Stephen
if you didn't
King
know what I was just talking
adaptation.
about.
Oh, so Jack asked if anyone read the book. None of us
Oh,
did, right? But I bet the book's
no.
good.
I'm sure the book's great. And here's and I kind of mentioned this last week. The Langoliers book was one of the books on my parents' mantle in the basement, and it may still be there to this day. I'll have to check. But it was like the Stan.
I believe it's a
Tommyknockers-
short story, right? Or a novella.
Langoliers. I think was a fucking monster. It was like a couple 100-page book. Let me-
Couple hundred. That's
Couple
it.
hundred pages. That's a novella.
God damn it, guys! I fucking hate reading. I have
Longer
not- it's not
pamphlets at
Where's
the
Waldo
unemployment
yet?
office.
I
Right?
have,
Yeah.
I have a book that I've wanted to read for so long, but it's like 600 pages, and I'm not having that.
Also, the Langoliers, as you read it, keeps getting shorter because you turn the page and then
You get
the
closer to the
Langoliers
end.
show up and eat the last page. 'Cause it's super fast.
That would be
Wow.
cool.
There is a book like that, House of Leaves by Mark Danielewski, one of my favorite
I
horror
have-
novels.
I have House of
Yeah.
Leaves sitting here somewhere.
So
Yeah, the pages, the words start falling off the pages, and at one point, the protagonist starts burning the pages of the book to because he's lost in a haunted labyrinth, and he's lighting pages
Cool.
of the book to stay. And yeah, it's
What is it
it's a
called?
very
again?
experimental. House of Leaves.
House of Leaves.
Yeah, it's very good.
So
I've
I've heard
owned
of-
maybe 4 or 5 copies because I'm always lending it out.
Jack,
I had the same issue with the Tao of Pooh.
Jack was correct. It's in the book 4 Past Midnight.
Should just say Jack was Jack because I'm always correct.
It's true.
Can you jack us?
You just get jacked.
Thank you. We
Wow.
just got jacked.
All right.
Trying to see. So the Langoliers, Secret Window, Secret Garden, the Library Policeman, and the Sundog were the
Oh, wow.
other stories in.
They made Secret Garden a Johnny Depp movie,
They did.
right? No, Secret Window.
Secret
Secret
Window.
Window, yes. The Library Policeman sounds interesting. I
Yeah.
reading.
That was a
Maybe-
Seinfeld episode.
Maybe we'll do a book club now, guys.
The episodes will be 6 months
Thinking-
apart because that's how long it takes me to read a book.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just
If
bought
Matt, if Matt
ton
thinks
of-
200 pages is infinite jest,
If there's an audio version, then I can get through it because I drive
amen.
and mow my lawn.
I bought like 7 Elmore Leonard books yesterday. Leonard Elmore.
Oh yeah, I saw your post.
Yeah, dude, fucking. No, I can't think straight. But yeah, I bought a bunch of shit yesterday, and I would have looked
Somebody
for this
was-
book, but I couldn't remember what book it was in.
Well,
somebody was reading Elmore Leonard in something I just watched.
I had never heard of him. Corey mentioned it, and I just stopped talking to him because I'm like, I'm out of my element.
Have you ever seen Justified or Out of Sight? Jackie Brown.
Justified was the
No, somebody was. I watched a movie and somebody was reading an Elmore Leonard novel. The Stand, Stephen King's The Stand. Gary Sinise is reading one in quarantine.
is when is the Stand
Oh, look at that.
TV show supposed to be coming out?
Yeah,
Do we-
I don't know. What am I? IMDb?
Yeah,
Everything
Uh,
has probably been pushed back because of circumstances in
And
the
they-
world right now.
And they definitely pushed The Stand back because the pandemic's already killed over 100,000 people. So they don't. They think
Oh,
maybe
right,
people
right,
don't
right.
want to watch a TV show about 99.9% of the population
be
dying of the
correct.
flu.
I mean, I'd fine with it. I don't give a shit. I'm just kidding.
They should have checked with you.
Well, they took.
Jeff Bezos should have gave you a ring.
God damn it, Jeff. Did you see they pulled cops and live PD from?
Yeah, fuck them.
schedules?
Defund the police.
Mm.
Defund cops.
That's so, and I know obviously we briefly touched on this last week, but I had spoken with a friend of mine yesterday who lives out in Minneapolis, and he was telling me about going to the memorial site, and he's like, "Yeah, remember that gas station we went to? Yeah, it's gone." I'm like, fucking weird. Like all these places that I had seen.
Wow,
I'm like,
you-
this is what?
What if this is like a Stephen King?
Oh, it's. I thought Jack was a
Well,
dick.
Like
we can look forward to the ending
What if
being
it's like-
shit.
Yeah.
Well, and I like
no, what
point
if
out
it's
the
like
one
what if
black
it's
guy
like-
and the whole thing died.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
What if this is
Steven.
like an evil? What if it's like an evil podcast and like whatever we
So-
bring up? and reference-
Okay, so this
Goes to-
conversation came up in
Oh, that's an idea.
2016. Our band released an EP, and the lyrical content was about having really shitty leaders across the board, and it was released the day Trump got elected into presidency.
hmm
That
this
was you.
year-
You did it. You did that.
Just wait. This year we're putting out a new one, and everything is about how bad people are and how shitty they are. Like the shit that they do, and like watching the buildings around them and everything that has been built up crumble, and like treating your families very poorly. I'm like, we gotta fucking stop writing music. We're the Simpsons now.
Yeah. Or just like change the music to like the day Jack won $1 million.
Just, all right,
Yes.
I'll text our
Hillary
Twitter.
got
What?
a kitten.
I'll be like, okay, so this is the content for the next one. If Jack gets $1 million, I get $1 million. Hillary, Corey, you want $1 million?
I believe I had said at one point I wanted 100 million, but that's mostly because the first 50 million go to taxes.
Okay, so I'll just up it to 100 million for all four of us.
Okay.
Hillary, you
I
just
like
want
that.
a kitten? Like with 50 million, you could buy a bunch.
Well, no. I mean,
Or
I'll
adopt-
take the 100 mil.
adopt. Okay,
Over
yeah.
a kitten.
So we'll just write in 100 mil.
But yes, adopt.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
definitely
just,
adopt. Don't shop, fam.
And like if you need to rhyme anything with like "Bime Beloved,"
Have
just
you, do
just maybe change the lyric.
I don't think our lyrics do much rhyming. If you'd like, I can read you some.
Yeah, please.
An excerpt from one of our new songs
By the
called
way, this is
Oh, it'll
This-
be like
this
my
is,
deep poetry. for
Slam
later.
Poetry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drown the Lifeguard, correct?
Yes. Yeah, it's one of our new songs called The Pedigree of a Rogue. Pride goeth before a fall, the pedigree of a rogue. Guru and disciple, burn your bridges and go forward. Don't you hold back, you've got a lot to lose. Revenge is a dish that's best served cold. Vengeance, make that dish cover and mold. Guru, disciple, lead you like a sheep, end you. Lead you like a
Yeah,
sheep,
and the-
end you.
And you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's- we go-
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Uh,
That's also the only time you'll ever understand the lyrics in that song.
Here's a couple. Here's the only constant is change. The first three lines are change your fucking life. Face extraction.
Oh, I like that.
Happens later. Fake life.
Yes.
You fake your fucking life. Yeah, dude. Our vocalist
Then
is
then-
These are like the same
Then you do
lullabies
like
my mom sang to me. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
our vocalist has an English degree and he's very very good at writing lyrics. So I've always been.
I used to write
fortunate
a lot of lyrics.
Yeah, he wrote a really awesome song before I met him called "Divine Message for a Deaf Ear," and it's about how if you were a member of the church and someone was like, "Give a pound of flesh instead of money," would you do it, or would you like if it was like put up or shut up, like you're gonna give skin instead of money from your wallet to prove your faith? Would you still do it? And I'm like, God damn, that's such a fucking
No,
good
because
song.
there's no such thing as God. So of course I wouldn't do that.
Jackie, no breaks.
It's all made up.
Well,
Wasting your time
well,
every week. What are you doing? You could be mowing your lawn.
I did that.
You could be listening to Stephen King Audible.
I didn't do that today.
Although if you mow your lawn without skin, you don't have to worry about getting a sunburn.
I got very sunburned.
Matt, know thy commandments. Thou shalt mow thy lawn. I think that's one of them.
Every
Blessed are the
every
weed eaters.
30th days. I fucking hate weeds. I just spray everything dead. I just don't care anymore.
No, blessed are the weeds.
And then blessed is my
Jesus-
dad who comes
Jesus
over and
Christ-
tells me my yard looks like shit, and I say, "Old man, you come over and do this shit then."
I mean, weeds is okay. Californication might be a little bit better. I don't know.
Oh, if that was the kind of weeds in my front yard, I would just never mind.
Is it
Fill
legal
the
in
blank.
in
No, it's
Wisconsin?
not. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. All right. Hillary
Okay.
has pages and pages of notes here. We need to get into these
Can you
things.
tell I'm just like,
I know when you'd show them before, and I'm like, no, let's talk about my band instead.
I just can't.
Well,
believe
I mean-
can't get in focus.
well, should I begin or
Oh yes, please
with
get us
my
on
slam
that.
poetry?
Yes.
Right on.
Oh, fuck. I was going to get you audio for your slam poetry readings, and I didn't.
Oh, it's okay. We'll just have to do another one.
No, that's fine. But I need you to read it in like a slam poetry style where you
Okay.
make like a statement and then you remake
Okay.
the statement. Like all I can
Okay.
think of is "So I married an axe murderer" when he's doing it.
All right. All right. The Langoliers.
By
Pint
Hillary
in
Mantel.
London? No, you won't. He's like, can't wait to have a pint in London. And I'm like, got your nut.
That ain't happening, bro.
All right. Love Patricia Weddig. Vest jeans combo.
Fucking, it loses
There's
luster.
a neck. '90s wardrobe. All right, Tom Holland, Fright Night, the director. Also, or no, he wrote. Did he write? No, he directed Fright Night or wrote it. Hold on, let me.
I'm on it.
No, but don't you guys love? I love Fright Night, the original with
Oh yeah.
Chris
Are you saying-
Sarandon.
are you saying it sounds like you're saying Fight Night.
I thought.
Oh, Fright Night.
yeah.
sorry.
Fright Night.
I just had a long conversation with Levi last night about the lead. Well, not the lead, but the girlfriend and the best friend of Evil Ed from Fright Night, and how they were both in another movie with Tim Robbins called Fraternity Vacation, which was a
Oh,
80s
really?
yeah, weird 80s thing. Like they were, I don't know. Anyway, but I
Okay.
kept going. But they were in Fright Night together.
Such a good movie.
Tom Holland also an actor in Stephen King's The Stand.
Oh. Alright.
he was a director in Fright Night.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And he's also Spider-Man.
Yes, he's very crafty.
he's very versatile.
Oh shit! He was in the remake of Fright Night too, where he had a hand in it.
Oh, cool.
It doesn't say.
Oh,
wish I could answer.
Anton Yelchin. So
Oh,
sad.
it's story by.
Here I go again with the people dying. I'm
Here
sorry.
we go
God.
again on my
I think
own.
didn't you guys drown the lifeguard? Didn't you have an album out a couple of years ago that was like Anton Yelchin, Park Your Car, something like that?
It was
Stop.
a single.
It was
an
a
extended
B-side.
single. Yeah, it was.
Stop. All right. I just wrote, is she
And they called
dead?
me Jackie, no breaks. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's my last Yelchin joke.
Trying to read my poetry, man.
Sorry.
All right. Is she dead? I have no idea what that. I just wrote, is she dead? I have no idea.
Probably the ant.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Dinah. Annoying.
Stupid fucking name. Sorry.
Yeah. It's the name of the cat in Alice in Wonderland.
It's
That's
the,
the only.
it's the name of the
It's my-
guy that I
it's-
sit next to at work's daughter. Still hate it.
That's my mom's name, Matt. I'm very insulted.
No, it's not.
All right. Bronson Pinchot.
Could it?
So pale.
Fucking- Thank you, Jack.
Said it was her Aunt Vicky's hair. Okay, so that I was confused because at one point she's like, I felt my Aunt Vicky's hair, but it wasn't Aunt Vicky's hair, the wig.
No, it was somebody else's hair.
Yeah, but she says, I felt my Aunt Vicky's hair.
That's weird.
Yeah,
whole
a
thing
little
was weird. Like,
continuity, maybe.
I know the girl's blind, but she's never heard of a wig, ever. That's a little off.
She's
Also,
blind, not
She's
smart.
like 13 or 14 in real life, but she's acting like she's 7 or something. I'm like, this is a 14-year-old girl. Like,
Have you never?
I feel like
watched-
that's how they used to treat kids in a lot of stuff like this, though, is that they would have 14-year-olds play them like they were 10 and just be supposed. Like now it's a complete opposite. Now 10-year-olds in movies are talking like they're in their mid-20s and straight out of a Judd Apatow film.
No, that's very true. That's very true.
But this is
All right.
so to complain more about Dinah. This is exactly what we talked about. Where it wouldn't be a Stephen King book if someone didn't have some fucking weird powers. Like outside of the fact that they have mysteriously traveled through a time rip back in time, and then there's little not furry monsters. They actually look like a taut scrotum with teeth. That is like what is. It's just.
She not only
I'm
has
right.
enhanced senses because she's blind, and so she can hear things super acutely, but also she can see people's minds and see through other people's eyes.
and the future, because she knew that Bronson Pinchot was gonna, he was gonna need to go essentially sacrifice himself to the Langoliers so they could get away.
Yeah, that whole thing was.
Yeah.
weird,
She's got
too.
the shine.
She's got the.
Well,
lingo.
she probably looked straight at the shine, and that's why she went blind.
There you go.
Okay. Oh yeah, this was on the. Was this a line? I just wrote, "How could someone leave their hairpiece behind?"
Oh, I
Dean
think it was-
Stockwell says that.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like, isn't that weird that someone will leave their hairpiece behind? Like, yeah, no weirder than you're on a plane full of 100 people and now there's 10. Like, the hairpiece is not the clincher there, Al. I don't know what you're thinking, but maybe get Sam Beckett on it.
Oh, shit.
Neither is this next one. Bridge work. I was afraid of that.
I was afraid of
That was another line.
I'm
All
curious
right.
if these are lines out of the book. So someone, not it, is going to have to read this and report back.
I'll do it.
All right, cool. Please let it.
Dean Stockwell is so good in this. I love how like he's just
He is.
hamming it up. My dear
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah,
Just
But
like-
worse dialogue, but I love
He's
watching
like
him.
freaking Sherlock Holmes.
Wasn't
Yeah.
he? si-
I'm
that's
a
similar to what
mystery
he
writer
did-
from Bangor,
He
Maine.
commits.
Yeah, but that's kind
Yeah,
of
he
similar
really-
to how he acted most of his parts, was it not? Like it's
He was a child actor, so
Was he really?
so his first he starred in the Postman.
Jack's president of the
Only
Dean
Ring-
Stockwell fan club.
Oh, I wanted to dress up as I had a Ziggy app on my phone, and I was going to be him for Halloween. I was obsessed with him because of Quantum Leap,
Mhm.
and then Langoliers was right after this. So it was really those two projects, and Married to the Mob. So I'm a
Oh,
huge.
right.
Anytime he pops, anytime Dean Stockwell pops up in something, I get excited. But yeah, he was a child actor. He played the son of Atticus Finch.
To Kill a Mockingbird?
yeah, he's
Gregory Peck.
Really?
He played Gregory Peck's son in Gentleman's Agreement, where the Best Picture winner, Best Picture nominee, where he pretends to be Jewish to expose racism in the
So-
newspaper. I forget what it was,
he,
but yeah, he was a child actor,
he was born in 19.
and he plays
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
I was going to say.
and he
he's-
plays Robin. No, go ahead.
Okay, so he was born in
He
1930.
plays Robin. He plays Tim Drake, and
Okay, he was born in
he
1936.
plays in Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
Take a stab at the first year.
The 50-something cable repairman, retired Tim Drake Robin, who turns out to be the Joker. Spoilers.
Okay, he was born in 1936. Take a stab.
He's
at
also the number one. He's also number one in Battlestar Galactica.
Guess what year the first time he was in
And
something?
he,
Now I'm fuzzy.
what's that?
Do you feel better now, Jack? I'm fuzzy now. I don't know why.
No, I don't. I don't have Schadenfreude.
1945.
I'm sorry, Matt. When was he born?
1936. 1936, and the first time he was in a movie was in 1945. So 9 years. So I mean, I didn't think you were wrong. I just didn't realize that he started at the age of 9, and was pretty active.
Like what I said. What do you think I meant by child actor?
That he just sometimes shows
What do
up
you
and
think
acts like a child at restaurants, like he throws
will-
his food and
I will shit.
strips a waiter.
I will shit on your bed.
Might
But
as
yeah, he
well.
was pretty active until 2016. Like consistently, which is pretty impressive. God,
Yeah,
Good
he's great.
actor.
holy shit, yeah.
Okay.
Back to musings with Hillary.
LOL. Star Trek. That's LOL. Star Trek.
Oh.
I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry.
There was a
Um,
Vulcan neck. Wait, hold on. There was a Vulcan neck pinch.
Oh,
that drove me
yes.
nuts.
Yes. All right. Because, yeah, my
Um,
next one is whoa, a nose hold.
Yeah, the girl,
What is that?
the girl, the drug addict girl that we never see her do anything
Yeah, is
with.
that what
drugs.
she's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Went back when you could smuggle that shit on a plane super easy. We never see her do anything except react to things and like, oh, look at that, and let me do an exposition on this thing that you just said or did.
Yeah, and she's like always she's like she complains a lot.
Yet
I was like,
still
Albert,
less
hold on.
annoying. Less annoying than the main character that we follow through most of the thing.
Yes. Agreed.
She was
All right.
very 90s. Yeah, no, he goes, are you a fan of Star Trek, Mr. Toomey? And then he goes, because I'm about to show you, and then he calls it the Vulcan sleeper hold. And I was like,
Right.
wait a second. So you know what the Vulcan the Vulcan neck pinch is, but you don't know you call it this Vulcan sleeper hold? Come on. That's what kind of Star Trek fan are you? Just
Well,
saying.
He also makes an Indiana Jones reference later, and
So do you
Yeah,
think-
because Indiana
We'll
Jones
get there.
spent a lot of time swinging toasters and sheets.
right? I know. I was like, huh?
Do you think that they had to adjust for the term in which they called it to make it easier for non-Star Trek fans to understand?
Yeah, probably.
Because if they would have said the Vulcan neck pinch and then he went to sleep,
I'm
everybody would be
like,
like,
why
what the
put it in
fuck?
there?
I was impressed that they at least said Mr. Spock as opposed to Dr. Spock and going that stupid route, but it
Fine.
in 95, I guess.
I could
Zeitgeist was
also
still
see it. I could also see it being a line from the book, and Stephen King goes out of his way to sound as folksy as possible. So he'll just, that could just be his like.
my British
you know,
assassins always talk Star Trek when they threaten people.
Oh my god, he sounded like freaking Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. Like, I'm like, why are you talking like you're a freaking chimney sweep? It's like there's so many expressions in there.
And he was really
He sounded
jovial for a guy who just randomly murders people sometimes.
I know.
I remember. So I've seen. We talked about this last week. Watched this countless times as a kid. I always remember him being like an assassin, like an evil assassin. I didn't realize he was like kind of a good guy. He works for the government. I always thought he was a hitman.
Yeah.
But
So
I guess even.
Beatmaster said that George Lucas once called lightsabers light swords. Words mean nothing.
Well, to George Lucas, they mean nothing. Have you read any of his scripts?
Oh, okay.
No, I mean I saw the movies, unfortunately.
Oh, hey.
Why
But
are you into Star
Skywalker is
Wars?
such a
Are you a Star
lovely
Wars?
term. Okay. I freaking love Star Wars.
I was just yelling. Are you
Who else calls it a laser sword too?
So what did you
Everyone
think?
else
Mark?
here likes Star Wars, right?
I don't dislike Star Wars.
Are we gonna not be friends anymore?
I saw all of them in the movie theater on their release days.
Okay, good, excellent.
I shouldn't say all of them.
Corey?
All
I
of them-
wasn't born
all
when
of
some of
them,
them came out.
Matt?
No, and that's what I was saying. I wasn't born when some of them came out. The last three for
Well, then-
certain because our bass player is too much of a stoner to buy tickets when they come out, so I would buy them for us. Then we would
Aw.
eat Who Hot hypothetically and
story.
go see the movie.
As for me, I think the only Star Wars I didn't see in the theater was Solo.
That's the only one I haven't seen.
Fair enough. It's actually okay. Hear me out. There can never be anyone playing Han Solo except Harrison Ford. We know
Right.
this. I don't know why they just should have never done it. Truly.
Exactly.
However, he does a pretty great job, and the movie itself, I think, is super fun. Like
The movie is very
I really
fun.
enjoyed it.
The movie is a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of great character stuff in it. It wasn't anything
Donald
in a
Glover's
story that
amazing.
makes me. Yeah, that's exactly it. And Donald
I
Glover.
love Donald Glover.
Yeah.
I hated
As
I
Lando.
hated I hated it when I saw it. I hated it. I watched it again a couple weeks ago.
Aw.
I enjoyed it a lot more.
Oh, good.
I really do. I do hate the fan service stuff though. The
Right.
like Chewbacca. That's too long. I'm gonna call you Chewie. No, it's not like some weird alien name. It's Chewbacca.
That's automatic in movies where they do this, or we
I
have to
love
tell,
that stuff.
I know.
we have to tell the zero
I don't-
issue story of these characters. It's like, no, you fucking don't. And I don't need to
Don't
see.
need no, we don't need the origin of why he calls him Chewie.
we don't need to see the Kessel Run. The Kessel Run's cooler without ever having to see it or explain it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you're by yourself. You should be called Solo. Like, come on, give me a fucking break.
Yeah, that's
you.
annoying.
Jesus Christ.
But it's enjoyable.
I'm surprised in Rogue One there wasn't a scene where it was like, this star's gonna kill everybody. We should call it the Death Star. Blah. Hate that
Yeah.
shit.
Rogue One is genius, though.
I lied. I haven't seen that one
All right. Oh, Rogue One's amazing.
And I heard the end is just real fucking gnarly and
Oh, it's so good.
Violent.
Yeah, you should.
It'd be nice if it would be great if it had some characters in it.
I don't know what he's getting at.
I don't know either.
There's
I
no
really
character.
liked it.
I'm gonna send you. Remind me to send you a YouTube clip later. I need to well actually your Rogue One opinion.
At least you're upfront about what you're doing. That's good.
All right, continuing on.
Cinematography.
Patricia looks great at 44. That she looked really good. She's 44 years old. She looked a lot younger, I thought.
But what is she
I
like
was-
now?
She was the president on Prison Break.
She still looks
Um,
great.
Is she really?
She was on She was on what's the ABC show, Brothers and Sisters?
Well, she was on 30
I love
something.
her.
Hmm.
hmm
I kept getting her confused. I thought at first it was Michael J. Fox's wife. Then for a quick second, I thought it was Sarah Michelle
She looks
Parker.
like Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker, right.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh wait, 30 something. Okay, because Aaron just like that. She's not married to Michael J. Fox. I'm like, okay, well, I'm fucking similar.
I appreciate the fact that the stars of this are not kids. I hate when I hate when there's like these kinds of movies and the stars are just like annoying early, like good looking early 20 somethings. Just like I don't want to
Mhm.
root for these people. I like when they're like actual adults. Like they have the two they have the girl that doesn't really, the woman that doesn't contribute much, and they have the nerdy guy that looks like the blue Power Ranger. But like they're side characters.
Dollar Store Power Ranger.
But yeah, but they're side characters. I appreciate that our two leads, the Hitman and Patricia Wettig, for the most part, are in their 30s and or 40s. Really, that's
Yeah.
just I
agree.
I don't. Yeah, superhero movies, action movies. I don't know. If you're 25 years old, I'm like, you don't have enough experience to handle this situation.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
exactly.
Well, I mean, the person that I most
Exactly.
related to was the guy who was always asleep and hungry.
who fucking survives?
Yeah,
The poor guy, the chief from The Wire gets it in the back.
I love when he says he wants to eat or something, and Patricia Wettig's like, "Oh, you."
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, we gotta
He's
run,
such a-
and he actually puts down the sandwich. I'm
They're
like,
like all
dude,
best
you
friends now.
worked really hard for that sandwich. You deserve to take that egg salad with you.
He's such a cartoon character. The whole time he's just like, I'm hungry, I'm sleepy. Like it was so two dimensional. He was like Wimpy from Popeye, like
I am
chasing the
myself
duck.
only
with
in
a hand.
2 dimensions, Jack. Yeah, seriously.
Oh man.
It was.
All right.
I mean, they were all cartoon. I guess they were all cartoon characters. I guess they really didn't.
Yeah.
Like it was. I mean,
No.
mystery writer talking like Sherlock, and
She's like a school teacher who's never gone anywhere.
I have to get to a meeting. I have a meeting right now at 9 a.m. I have to go. You know, it's just so over the top.
Well, also the assassin guy.
We're gonna deep dive into Toomey. We'll
But the
get there.
assassin guy doesn't do anything
Good question.
that leads to him like being assassin. He does some moves on Pinchot's character with his nose and shit, but that's about it. But it's like we go from, oh, I've got to kill this woman. I don't want to do that. She's just an innocent bystander. Well, you're going to do it, and then we're going to hang out. To the very end of the movie, it's like, hey, by the way, I'm a bad motherfucker who works for the British government, and sometimes I have to kill people, and I didn't do it, and I'm not going to now. What's that?
He helped Dinah, you know, like he got the knife out of her.
Well, no, I'm saying nothing along that entire
Yeah.
journey is him being a British assassin, though. It
No.
almost doesn't come up at all. It's
Why
bookended.
Because he sounds like a chimney sweep.
Right, exactly. I'm a British assassin,
Why
but I
would
also
they-
hang out with Mary Poppins.
Why would they not have one of the passengers be the target?
She
How
was
great would that be? It's like, who was?
the main girl, the 30-something woman. She was his
the
target.
one
and
he
he-
was supposed to kill?
I'm pretty sure she's the one that when they're pointing it out when he's in the car at the beginning is it's her, and then he's
I
like,
missed that
yeah, but we
completely.
should date. Do you
No.
like me? I think I like you. I don't want to stab you in the back.
I
Wait,
thought he had
really?
to kill the wife. I thought he had
No,
to kill the
but
wife
she-
of some ambassador.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
probably
I was
wrong.
just gonna say because she was going to meet the guy that she had never
Right.
met, but he was not in England.
No, so I'm probably
Wasn't-
wrong then.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to
No,
kill
that
somebody.
would've been a-
completely ra-
Cool little twist.
And he was having a
All right.
crisis of conscience because she was innocent, and it was like the first innocent person he's really had to kill, or not, maybe not first, but it was one too many. But it would have been great if he like had to kill Patricia Wettig's character or one of the other Sleepy Joe or whoever, and you know he's
Yeah,
like,
that would
and
have
he's
been-
putting it off.
That would have been
Yeah,
better, Stephen King.
No,
Missed the boat, buddy. All right.
Well, if this happened on a boat, it would be Speed 2.
All right. $64,000. That's all. I don't remember what that was. Someone says
was
$64,000. I don't know, but I was like, really? That's it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Alright.
Every time Ron Serpencio kept screaming about $47 million that he lost, though.
34 million.
Oh yeah,
and that's-
43 million. I was like,
Is it
how did
43?
you do that?
Yeah, but that's all.
On
Like,
purpose.
in terms of money in this movie, that's all I ever remember is 43 million.
Oh, that's why he's so upset.
Yeah.
Um,
But he did it on purpose.
the whole time
Quick.
I was like, why is he unraveling so quickly?
He was
Like
snapped
he went
before he
from
even
like
got on a plane.
fine to
Yeah.
like, I guess
The guy comes up and is like, "Hey, you got to come back. You didn't make this money. You lost that amount of money." He's like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "But you got to come back. They want to talk to you." He's like, "I'm getting on this plane and I'll talk to them and they're going to love it." And he's just like, he's already a freak and he looks like the Penguin the whole time. I'm wondering what the makeup effect was on that.
It's like he was so. It was just so. I just felt it went really quickly to him like shredding the paper. I was like, wait, what?
yeah.
And then yeah, he's like pale from the get go and sweaty. I just would
I
have
had
liked
a
more of
sup-
an arc.
I wish I could show you guys. It might be on YouTube. I got to show. I did a short film that I wrote, and then I also acted in, but I didn't direct it. Somebody else directed it, and I had a supporting role in it. And I was 21 years old. I think 20. No, 21. And it was during my peak insomnia. I was depressed. I didn't have a job. I wasn't sleeping at all, and I look exactly like Mr. Toomey, and it's like I'm just like completely translucent and pasty and sweaty. I look exactly
All
like.
right, all right.
I gotta
Well,
find
good
it.
job, makeup department. Okay. Dog barking. Eye roll. Eye roll is my reaction to him. Keep saying when David Morris keeps talking about the dog barking. I was like, we get it. Shut up.
Oh my god, he says it like 50 times. Well,
yeah, I
this dog
know.
ain't
I
barking.
know.
This one ain't barking either. No wolf here. No
I
our
know, I was
fear.
like, we heard you the first time, and it wasn't.
So when King wrote this, he
Catchy.
obviously talked to somebody who worked at an airport or did some sort of control tower shit one time and heard one phrase and like, if I use that a lot, everyone will assume that I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you could see all that dialogue right in the book.
They did say 5 by 5.
Well, when I read it, I'll tell you. All right. Next, I just wrote alone in all capital letters.
By heart?
Your notes don't seem to be the best.
Wow.
Because at the time, now hear me out. At the time, I'm sure you were like, this
Okay.
totally makes sense. But now what? 5 days
few
later,
days later.
you're like, I don't know what I was talking
You know what?
about.
We're just on page 1, so
We're
calm
not
down.
spoon feeding the audience, Matt. She's got the notes, but it's for
Yeah.
them to
Thank you,
listen to
Corey.
and enjoy as they go along with the film on their own.
I am not directly shitting on them. I'm just saying, like, you know what?
Matt has never made it to the end of a movie that we've done a review of either, so don't let him fuck with you.
Wait,
on
was there a
this.
post-credit sequence in this movie?
It was just
Yeah.
Stephen King cashing checks.
Oh my god,
Just-
there should have been after that, like freeze frame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got to the end of this one, so
Oh god, how can a horror movie end like that?
just-
Like how?
it was the 90s.
Are we talking about the end now, or
No.
You see
Let's,
that entire-
let's keep going.
all right.
Oh, okay. No. If you wanted to say something, we can talk about the end.
No, we can go
There are
through
no
my
rules.
notes next. I took better notes. Matt should be happy. Matt should be satisfied. My notes have context.
And I'm also doing it like, I've got to do my slam poetry, so they're
Oh,
not
that's true.
supposed
Yeah,
to.
no,
That's the whole point. Remember?
It reads so much better. Yeah, yours reads great poetry.
I agree with that.
Thank you for throwing the great in there. All right. Pressure for David Morse. Nap. Oh, bro. Okay. A lot of misters. It was like they kept
big
all
old
right,
sausage
mister.
party.
Well, okay, mister. I'm like, who says that? Again,
Who's
the
who's
90s.
saying
that
that
was
again?
a 90s thing. I don't know. It was like
Who was-
Albert, I think, called Dean Stockwell. He was like, okay, mister. Like everyone
Yeah,
kept calling each
the-
other mister.
Yeah, the
It was lame.
young
All right.
characters especially. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very Stephen King too, though. That's
Dog barking, mister, trying to make it all happen. Okay. Okay, here was the line. When I get upset, I get patronizing.
I love that line.
No one
At
else.
least
I thought it was funny.
I love
Was that just Matt's
He's very
commentary on the DVD? Is
I don't get upset. I get paid.
Very
Right, that was Dean
self-aware.
Stockwell, right? And he's like, I'm
That was-
sorry
that
when
was
I
Dean
get upset,
Stockwell.
I get patronizing.
Yeah, and that was what he said after he
Um,
kept calling him my dear boy, my dear boy. And the guy goes, "My
Yeah.
name is Albert. Call me Albert."
Listen, Mister, call me Albert. All right.
There should have been a series of mysteries called the Mister and My Dear Boy presents the Langoliers.
Well, I hope his character wrote that after. I also was bummed because I thought Dean Stockwell should have sacrificed himself because he was older and like he's lived more of a life.
I was thinking he was going
I
to.
was just really shipping Mark Lindsay Chapman and Patricia.
No,
Whitting,
it
so-
should have been the sleepy guy because he could have turned the pressure back
did
up and then
nothing.
just fallen asleep, and then if he would have fallen asleep on
Sure.
the spot, and then everybody lives.
You know, narcolepsy is a very serious problem, Jack, and a lot of people have low blood sugar, and if you don't get your egg salad and you're feeling a little
is he like a
squeamish,
narcoleptic diabetic?
yeah,
Not everyone had
you'd
candied
bang
bacon.
and fall over.
I apologize to the narcoleptic, epileptic, low blood sugar community. Diabetic
That's actually
community.
a really big portion of our fan base.
It's true.
Narcoleptics. I'm not surprised.
The only
lot of
reason
people
we get
sleep
full
through our
plays is just,
podcast.
they fall asleep when it starts and then it just ends before they wake up.
They wake up and they're like, "Why do I want Taco Bell
They're
all
like,
of a
oh,
sudden?"
it's a good 2-hour nap. All right. These people are all pretty calm. Considering,
It's true.
right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they were pretty calm.
Besides maybe Mr. Toomey.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
crazy,
except
so
Mr.
it doesn't
Toomey.
matter.
And the girl.
Also,
the-
every
the
time
blind
that-
girl.
Oh yeah. Every time they said Mr. Toomey, I kept thinking Mr. Tumnus from Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe.
Oh, Jesus.
Can you imagine if Lion
like-
the Witch of the Wardrobe was exactly the same, except Mr. Toomey was the fawn that Lucy finds?
Like I wouldn't
She's
follow
just
that
like,
guy
what is
anywhere.
this? Why is it snowing? What is this lamppost? I have a meeting at 9 in the morning. I have to be in Boston right now. I have a connection to make at 8:47.
Turkish delight.
I-
Okay.
You know, in the modern day version of this,
That's
if
so
they do
funny.
it's gonna be a Karen,
They
right?
should.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Oh,
they're gonna
yeah.
have a Karen in that part.
They should.
I'd like to
What
speak
time
to
is
a
it? I just woke
manager.
up
All
with
right.
neighbors.
Yeah, it's
Speaking of modern day, I hope they change this one. Personal ad? Yikes. She was
So if they remake
like,
it,
sweetie, no.
is it Tinder? It's just I found him on Tinder.
Yeah, it would be. It would be
right,
Bumble
right.
now. Yeah.
Bumble,
Oh
yeah.
god.
Boy.
All right. Oh, I don't know this one. Why is she flying? I don't know what that means. And then I wrote, oh, okay, confines, cool.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
Something
That's a
for the
mystery.
listener too.
Listeners,
Decipher.
That's something for Dean
email us.
Stockwell needs to figure that one out.
So apparently they're working on a movie remake of this. There's
course they are.
There's no release date. There's no nothing. But 8 months ago,
They should.
oh, it'd be fuck. Oh,
It's a
God.
solid story, and it's such a simple, straightforward story that I know that like especially Stephen King TV miniseries was like it makes more money that way and the cliffhangers and everything. But this really should have been a 2-hour 8 to 10 p.m. or 8 to 11 p.m. movie,
Mhm.
not a 2-night miniseries. There's no reason this needs to be 3 hours long.
This made Hereditary seem, crisp and to the point.
The worst part is that even after the climax of the movie, there's still a half an hour left.
Yes.
Yes. Well, it was funny when I told my mom we were doing this. She was like, Langoliers. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's the one. She was like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." And she was like, yeah, the first half was good. And then the second half was really bad. She's like, people loved the first half and hated the second half. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably fair.
I would
The
like
first
to,
half
I don't know
actually
about
has to
love, but yeah.
I would like to argue with your mother that
All
you
right.
could probably start the movie
I mean,
45 minutes
I-
and
I-
get a half an hour early.
But you said your
I
favorite
like the
part
idea-
is at the airport.
That's what I'm saying, and that's literally the airport.
Okay.
I agree that the best part of the movie is them figuring out what's happening.
Yep.
That was, you know,
Yes.
just like that's a cool
That,
mystery.
and that's a great
where did everybody-
concept. Yeah.
But then
Where did
they
everybody
play
go? We're in this empty airport.
them figuring it out is just the Stephen King stand-in sitting there and saying, "Well, I hypothesize this shit," and him just coming off with all of it off the top of his head because
Oh, yeah.
that's how he'd write it. He's a crime writer,
I didn't
and he's like, "Yeah,
think about that.
what about this?" And then oh, now we're stuck in time, and we're like, it just magically comes up. Like it could be fucking anything, and then he didn't say flying Pac-Man eating people's faces off, but he probably would have.
Well,
Yeah.
he was too busy snorting cocaine.
He did write 45 novels, so I guess that made him an expert in physics and time
45
travel.
novels in a
Yeah.
week.
But he's not the sci-fi
yeah.
guy. The sci-fi guy is the assassin. He's the one who's a Trekkie.
Yeah. That's the Trekkie, you're right.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, so I like them figuring it out best, but I actually do like the last half hour. I like them, you know, about to go through the time rip and realizing.
Yeah, I think
that
she
was
probably
like a
meant
next
people's
mystery,
reaction
yeah.
to the Langoliers. The bad.
So yeah, that's
bad
the other thing.
effect.
Why the fact that the title monsters are literally only in it for one scene.
Yep.
This which would be fine if this was a 90-minute movie, but it's a 3-hour movie.
Right.
You know, I've seen Welcome Home,
Okay.
Roxy Carmichael. Roxy Carmichael never shows up. That was about 90 minutes. No, it's no better.
Yeah, this should have been called. This should have been called Waiting for Lango.
And don't you think they should have spent?
I mean,
time?
what's his face? I mean, Dean Stockwell talked like Estragon the whole fucking time. Anyway, it should have
Jesus.
just been Waiting for Lango.
Can we get Christopher Guest to do like a Stephen King type thing with all those actors from
Oh God, he should.
Waiting for Guffman and
except
Best
Fred
in Show?
Willard.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P. Sorry
that
again,
was-
I keep bringing up
that
the
would-
dead people.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it's just gonna go
All
cry.
That
right.
would be great.
Isn't that a Dorothy Hamill haircut? I
True.
say that only because this movie was made in the 90s and the Dorothy Hamill thing was like in the 80s.
Well, I kept
confused
waiting
by
for everybody to
haircuts.
come up and punch her like an airplane, like the little girl from
That
Love
too.
Boat.
I was hoping they would.
Oh, God, yes.
Okay. B for bum. Someone says that.
That was my favorite Alan Moore comic.
Okay, great.
I knew Jack would like that one.
And I don't know why I wrote
I'm sorry.
exclamation
I
mark.
just watched V for Vendetta on TV, like 5 minutes of it. I caught it last night when I couldn't sleep. I forgot that he talks all in words that start with V. Is that the whole movie? Does he do that the whole movie? Or is that just the
movie.
one scene?
I think it might be the whole.
That's ridiculous. I don't remember that at all.
Because there's the weird scenes
He's just like
where he's like
the
making
similitude of the violin and the vector and the vid. It's just like, this is ridiculous.
I don't think he does it the whole time because there's the scenes where he's like making her breakfast and shit where I think they actually have like a full conversation.
He wasn't like, have some veal with some victuals and
Right.
Vittles, veal, and vernacular.
violet. Yeah, exactly. I
Very
hated
small
V-
asparagus.
I was so mad about V for Vendetta because the climax of the movie is like, you know, he kills the prime minister and ushers in like anarchy and justice for all. And everybody's like, yeah, kill the prime minister, yeah. And then they went out and voted for Bush for a second term. I don't like.
We got our wish fulfillment. We don't have to do it in real life after that.
Right.
Hate this world. I hate everybody in this world. I hate the whole thing.
You know how many people listened to American Idiot for 9 years straight, but still, again, voted that asshole
Voted
back
Trump.
in.
Okay. It's just the situation is strange. Therefore, everything is strange. Sound logic.
It sounds
say
like
that
Lydia
because-
from Beetlejuice. It's like
Yes. He literally said, it's a situation is strange, therefore everything is strange. Or no, Patricia Weddick says that to Dinah. She's like, she's trying to calm her down. And I was like, what does that even mean?
I'm just talking in circles
Okay.
around you because you're a little kid and I don't give a shit.
Yes. Seriously, with the misters. I was really annoyed by the whole mister thing.
Seriously, with the Misters is my favorite British, comedy drama.
That was one of the Rowan Atkinson joints, right?
Yeah, it was.
Seriously,
It's what the Nanny was based off of.
yeah.
Oh wow.
the American remake of Seriously with the Misters. Coming up next on BBC Three.
Oh my god, I love that. Okay. All right.
Is that your nanny? Nice.
I can do it better. All right.
I mean, she
I'm
does
not going
say
to.
Mr. Sheffield a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it right now. No, I don't want to. I'll do it another time. All right. Son of a bee.
Son of a bee.
They say that. I just think it's funny.
Is that why I had that song that the guy like who's dating Britta in Community sings? He keeps saying that Britta's a bee, and then later on he sings a song about Pierce, and he's like, and Pierce is a bee. I had that stuck in my head all day, and I don't know if it was because I was watching that or not.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Community is like it's like Parks and Rec and 30 Rock and a bunch of other shows that came out in the 2000s where I loved it, and I've never watched another episode more than once. Like I watched it week to week, and that was it. I've never gone back and
I
binged it
watched
again.
30 Rock like literally probably 3 or 4 times.
I
all
should. It's just I have other
seasons.
things to watch.
It's so good.
Like I'm
Yeah.
still trying to catch up on so much other new stuff. Although
Yeah.
I did just start watching Avatar: The Last Airbender again because I just need some comfort food.
I
Watch the cast of Community do that live script read. And
how was it?
oh, it's great. It's terrific, and the Q&A afterwards is also fantastic. But watch that, and it will get you back in the mood and the mindset of like.
It did.
how
I watched
it
like
was.
I watched like 10 minutes of it. It was fun, and then I just like I don't know. Nothing engages me anymore.
You're like, why is their
Okay.
camera so shitty? $250,000 I put into the.
So I really got to point out this comment that showed up on YouTube. Thunder
Okay.
Cunt Smith.
Hi, Mom.
My search history is full of BBC, but it has nothing to do with the television station.
Oh God.
So that
Is that,
person's
big black cock. Is that what
Yep.
BBC stands for?
Yep. Or so I've heard. I've never searched Tiny Teen Gets
Big black
Pounded by
cock.
BBC. It's not something in my vernacular.
We've all heard that episode, Matt. And by we all, I mean the 3 listeners, which is me, you, and Beatmaster.
The episode where I read all the Pornhub categories for fun
Yeah,
in one breath.
roughly.
Sounds more exciting than my slam poetry reading.
Yeah, you should have read it as slam poetry.
Ah, fuck. Next time, because I know it's going to
It's-
happen again.
It's more slamming than poetic.
All right.
Is there
On
a
with the
poetry
notes.
genre on Pornhub? Wait, is there a
Matt's
poetry
just like
genre?
get through it,
on Pornhub?
please God.
I don't think there's a slam poetry Pornhub category yet.
Maybe that's the moneymaker.
That's our market.
Right after pandemic porn.
I was still waiting for stigmata porn, but I just like the extra holes.
Corey, we gotta get you out of that
Wow.
Christian butcher shop.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, Candy, you're
Fellows
bacon.
and girls. Our British friend says that. He's like, all right, fellows and girls. I'm like, who says that? No one says that.
The British.
British people don't say that.
No.
Fellows and girls.
But Americans
All
who
right.
think that they can act like a British person or
Exactly.
talk like a British person, that's
But he
Well-
is British though, right? He's not American.
No,
the
the
actor.
person who wrote the script. Yeah.
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 All right.
Also, I thought he was. Wait, was he? Did he have an Australian accent at points? Or was that in my head?
Yeah, I was confused.
not
I
great
thought he
at
was
that.
Australian at first. And then he kept
'Cause
saying
he
he was
does
from
look
London.
like yeah, he looks like Russell Crowe and Pierce Brosnan had a baby.
Pierce Crow.
But I think I looked him up and he is British. I don't know. All right.
Okay.
Dean Stockwell. Lol. Amen. I have no idea what that means.
I would just love to see you. I would love to see you as the key witness in a murder trial.
Stabby, lol. Just-
Man stabbed
OMG.
man. Lol.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
and
that?
what
I
time-
don't
Okay.
know. I took this 5 days ago.
wow,
What
so
time
much
was it
blood, but
taken?
why has he got a British accent?
Is he Australian or British? I can't ask him. He's dead.
Please don't kill me, Mister. Enough with the misters.
Let's just face it, the guy got his training of doing accents under Kevin Costner. It's fine.
He's actually
We had
from
low
London.
expectations.
He's from
Yeah.
London.
But there are at least
Yeah,
three
yeah,
different
he's British.
dialects
It's
of
not-
English.
It's
of
not
British
him.
It's not him. It's
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no, I think the writing is bad.
Oh,
The writing is
writing
bad.
It's not-
The writing's very bad.
yeah. All right.
You guys need to show more respect to Tom Holland. He's an American treasure.
No, thank you.
Stay away from Mr. Toomey.
Stay away from Mr. Toomey was my favorite TGIF show. You know, it was
Friday nights away from Mr. Toomey.
Oh, okay. Elves live in dark places? Oh, he's like,
yeah.
they're in dark places, and she's like, elves, and I'm like, sweetie, what elves do you know that live in dark places?
Whatever your midget
Well-
uncle has been doing with you at night is not okay, and you
Right.
need to tell somebody.
Um,
Maybe that's why she
the
thinks
North
she's just
Pole-
on his scalp.
The North Pole doesn't have sunlight 6 months of the year.
Oh, snap! Jack got sciencey
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah, and there's no inside lights in the Keebler factory.
Of
as far
course,
as
we're
we
taking
know.
this from Jack. He's named after the guy who made
Yeah, I
Winter.
guess they live in like a hole in a tree. So
It's pretty dark.
I'll remember from now on because he's from today.
Yeah.
It's a
That's-
dreary
yeah,
life
it-
making EL fudge cookies.
Outside
Oh,
of a
man, I used
dog.
to love those.
Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read.
Wow.
It's a Groucho Marx quote I used for my when I was editor of the school magazine.
That's my level of humor. Thank you, Jack. I love you.
I enjoyed that. All right. Oh, pliers. So when he has to figure out how to get the knife out of her, he goes into that kitchen or whatever, and he just like looks in the door and pulls out pliers as if they would just be sitting there. Pliers. It was like a little
The
convenient.
airport lounge has a junk drawer.
By the way, is anybody else pissed off that this isn't that movie that Steven Weber did for Stephen King? Because that, all I wanted to see,
Oh yeah, he would have been great.
Lowell would have saved that girl's life. I'm saying. That's
Aw.
what she's not saying lol, she's saying lol.
Lowell is Thomas Hayden Church, Corey.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Don't try to school me on who lol is, all right?
All right, I don't want to have a wings off here.
Okay, we already touched on this, but how was that playing Indiana Jones?
That is really weird.
Did he put so in
I-
Raiders of the Lost Ark in the beginning? Does he puts that gold like the gold thing that sets off the boot trap? Does he put that in a?
He puts it in a sack, but he doesn't swing it around his head and hit people with it. Now, I haven't seen Crystal Skull
Oh.
because I'm not a sadist, but is that something that
Yeah.
happened? I know there's something with the refrigerator, so is it just an appliance movie?
No,
Is-
and
is
this
the whole
movie was
movie just
made
something about
before that,
Sears?
so it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, but she can see in the future.
No, but it was Albert that said that.
Yes, but Albert was taking notes. Because when he was a kid, as a young boy in a Stephen King story, he also had to shine.
Okay. Oh, all right. So he
Um,
says, he goes, "It's what I do best, and I do it bloody well."
Which is just him trying to be Wolverine.
Yeah, and like it was like some type of sexual innuendo, but I was lost. Like, wait,
What was
does he say?
when does he say this?
She says, "Be careful." So he goes back to the plane or something. I don't know. And she's like, "Be careful." And he's like, "It's what I do best, and I do it bloody well." And it was like, "Rah, rah, rah." But I'm like, what?
So that's
Like,
another thing. What is the
Be
establishment
gentle,
of them
be
getting?
careful.
What is the establishment of them getting a relationship out of this? Because their
I
interaction
wanted
is
them
pretty.
to.
Yeah, but and they do. They kind of like have that moment of like, do you want to hook up later? Yeah, I totally want to hook up later. Why? We don't see anything of them really interacting where it seems like there's flirtation going on her part towards him at all. She seems as interested in the pilot as she does him. So what is the payoff at the end? It's
Pilot
like, well,
was kind of jealous, and he's
yeah.
like, "You like what's her face? I can't remember her name."
he's up in the cockpit, so how about, you do the same?
Oh.
I really enjoyed when computers have on the screen computing.
Wait, you've never seen a computer compute?
Do they actually say computing? Do we just lose Jack? Oh, no, there you are.
Oh yeah. No, that was the joke.
I thought it was funny. It was like computing. Oh, okay.
What is happening?
I feel like you're really not feeling my half
I'm
slam
just-
poetry.
No. I just saw an opportunity to give you a hard time while Jack pelvically thrusted his laptop around.
It's- okay. He says, "It's gotta be gotten over." Again, I was like, "Who says that? It's gotta be gotten over." Okay.
How else do you get over things without gotta be gotten over it?
I don't know. I guess It's gotta be gotten over. I guess that's correct English. It's
Good.
gotta be gotten over.
Gotta Be Gotten Over is my favorite,
That you have to get over it.
7-minute long pipe organ solo in a 60s medley.
So is
Oh
the
my
correct
God.
English it's gotta be gotten over or you have to get over it?
I'd say you have to get over it. It's
It sounds
gotta
like
be
a yo-
gotten over.
Sounds like a Yogi Berra kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Oh God, this was driving me crazy. So when she's lying, two things. When she's lying in the plane dying, she keeps going, Craig, Craig. The way she's saying it drives me crazy.
Yes.
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 It wasn't like Craig.
It was like,
It's like
please,
Craig,
please die already.
Craig. Yeah.
And that's why everybody
Uh,
has this thing that she's just talking to nobody, because it doesn't sound like a human name that she's saying.
Right. Craig.
Like she's conjuring Chris Tucker.
And then I was like, can please someone wipe the blood from her mouth?
Nope.
Because she's got it like dribbling the whole time. And I was like, has no one thought to like just wipe the girl's mouth, please?
Also, the instructions that the guy gives her is like, now don't cough because it's really bad if you cough up blood. Like, okay, yeah, that's a symptom. It's not really like it's showing you that something bad has happened. It's not. It's bad if it starts coming out your mouth. It means there's blood in there. Will it away.
Right.
I think this might have been where I learned as a kid.
That a belt will fix a stab wound in the chest.
No, the phrase "internal bleeding" and that it was fatal.
Yes.
And I remember telling my mom like, "Wait, so if you get internal bleeding, is that it?" She's like, "Yeah, there's no coming. Once you have internal bleeding, you're dead." And it was probably more me just asking a bunch of questions. And my mom going, "Yes, whatever, shut up." So for years, anytime I would like stub a toe or something, I was like, "God, I've got internal bleeding. This is it. This is it. Call my mom."
Oh, so this film really influenced you.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And then instead you find out later on about blood clots and how you can get one from just sitting there and that can kill you. Way scarier.
Is it me or did I just suddenly come in focus? Nah,
I don't know, but I'm out of focus, so
You will dead
I
alive.
hope you feel better now.
Doesn't
All
matter.
right.
no.
None of this matters.
We've all been stealing Hillary's focus.
Oh, if I had a nickel. Okay. All right. Useless girl goes, God, I hope we take off soon. I was like, you bratty child. Okay.
Hey, get up. She's
She
a
also-
recovering drug addict. Show some respect.
And she's got a meeting at
they
9
issue-
a.m. No.
She's not even sweaty.
I have to get to rehab at 9 in the morning. That's very important. I have to get to
Mr. Tumnus. Why don't you play your flute, Mr. Tumnus? Okay.
Did it say what she was
Let's
hooked on?
see.
Because she didn't look like a meth addict. She wasn't.
She was.
Crack
I think she was hooked on phonics.
that worked for me.
They were very popular at that point in time.
They really
Was she
were.
supposed to be a drug addict or just a teenager?
She said something
No,
about
she said-
going to rehab.
Yeah.
She's a little goth, I guess. I don't know. Oh, okay.
Drug addict.
Oh, right. The gaffer. Again, I was like, what is with these names? All right.
Mr. Gaffney.
And then I wrote, seriously, kill the one black guy. Good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Wait, the black
Um,
guy, Mr. Gaffney. He was the one that was calling everybody Mister, I think.
Oh, yeah, he was. And I think Albert as well. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like Mr. Yeah.
Calm down, Mister. We're all
Hmm.
trying to get through this together.
So real quick, it says for her Bethany's character description, she's a rebellious teenager on her way to Worcester, Massachusetts, to stay with her aunt.
Worcester.
Yeah, whatever.
Worcester.
It's
she's-
pronounced. It's pronounced Worcester.
No, Worcestershire sauce. It's like Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, it's Worcester.
Not
We're-
just Worcester.
Jack's right.
Anyways, she's convinced she'll be spending the entire time in drug rehab. So
Yeah, she thinks
is
she's going
a
to get off
drug
the plane. Her aunt is going
Okay.
to put her directly into rehab,
but
but she never explains what the drug is.
appointment for Betty Ford Clinic. I have to be there. If my methadone is can it wait? It can't wait.
Methadone goes bad. Everyone
Oh.
knows that. You got to get it right away.
Also, right now it's worth twice as much as it usually is. It's very expensive.
Why do you know that?
I know a
Maybe
lot
we
of
should
things.
Circle back. We should circle back later.
Yeah, I'm obviously a meth addict. Look how svelte I am.
Well, what do you methadone helps you get off of? Is it meth? I don't know. I've never.
Yeah,
tried
it helps.
either.
Methadone gets you off heroin.
Heroin. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Corey, you doing a lot of H over there, bruh?
Yeah, is that another term for candied bacon?
Ham. Just can't get rid of this ham. This H just pulls out a platter of ham.
Yeah,
Goes-
candied
goes straight
bacon.
with
By the
mustard.
way, my favorite porn movie on the BBC portion of Pornhub.
Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. 2 more here.
They're not going to let you in that Christian butcher shop. You keep making these jokes.
They've got my URL.
They don't have the internet because the internet is not Christian.
Levi says Corey's H is ho-hos.
Those would be HHs.
Yeah, your mom.
Whoa!
What?
Leave Shirley out of this. She's a saint.
Surely.
Dorothy Mantooth was a saint.
Exactly.
All right. Daisies. That was when she said
Oh
that.
my
It was
God.
like it all came back.
Oh, that was.
I was like, oh, I remember this.
Yeah, that was so stupid. I have to go to talking about. What are you talking about? Daisies. Like, just
I've got to go see Old Man Frankens on the corner of 8th. I can't be late. I got to be there at 9 in the morning.
to talk about daisies.
Oh my god, that's my new favorite thing. All right, and the last one was, the authorities. He's like, shouldn't we go to the authorities? And he was like, we'll do it.
Yeah, later.
We'll get there. Let's go get lunch and take a nap.
Because what cop is going to be like, wait, so you went through time, you went back in time, and then there were little teeth
Wait,
monsters, and
isn't
then
there-
Mr. Toomey.
Aren't there like 200 families waiting, like at the gate, waiting for these dead people to come off and meet them?
Okay,
What's
so
it like-
that's my question. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
the other people on the plane are gone, right?
Yeah,
They're
they made
dead.
it.
Yeah,
Are they dead, or
They're
are
not
they,
even
did they
dead.
make it?
no, they're not even dead. They just disappeared into the ether.
So the plane shows up. These 6 people get
And
off
it's
of it.
empty.
No,
It
but
ghost into a fucking hallway at the airport. The little kids see them and say that they're elves or some shit. And then they just they run off like the
people.
end of a Scooby Doo episode and jump into the air like Bender
Right, and like,
at the end of
P.S.
Breakfast
Where's
Club.
their luggage?
Yeah.
well, okay. So there are a couple ways to think about this. Either the plane
Okay.
never made it because the plane exists in the past with those that were asleep. The plane made it with the people who fell asleep.
There's not 2 planes.
The plane made it.
Hillary seems
The
to
plane was
agree.
asleep.
So
Yeah, the
but
plane
that-
was asleep
No,
when it went through
the
the
plane
war.
is there.
So then, how's
Yeah,
the
there's
plane
no
also
second
in the
plane.
past?
This is normally where I'd say
Yeah.
the plane flew through that big hole in the plot, but that's literally the plot of the fucking movie.
No,
Is what they
the
do.
plane- For all intents and purposes, the plane is the time machine.
Yeah.
The plane, there's one plane. It went back into the past, and then it came with us
Okay.
into the future.
So
And then they got the
Uh-huh.
almanac, but Biff stole it.
God damn it, Corey.
So there's no alternate timeline where the plane landed with everybody but those 10 people.
So you're saying that the
Right,
plane
and those
never
people
made it.
were gone already.
When you're
Just like
awake, when your
British
brain is
guy's
producing
gone now.
alpha waves and you go through the time warp, you can't handle
Aurora Borealis.
yeah.
Yeah.
like looking at all of time. You can't comprehend it, and you literally vanish. For some reason,
dissipate
your
like
clothes
Thanos
also-
snapped.
your clothes also vanish. Your pacemaker stays, your bridge work stays, your wig stays, but your
But your clothes
Jordache jeans will go with you. Yeah.
Because everybody was wearing Calvin Klein, and there was no way they were going to let that shit
That's true. It
go.
would be Calvin Klein.
So
Question
very
is,
true.
so no, here's the question. Did they disappear, literally vanish into nothing and don't even die? They're just like, they don't go to heaven. They don't go to hell. They just are into nothingness. Or did the plane, from the present's point of view, did the plane vanish into the past and all of these people suddenly just dropped into the ocean or into the desert, I guess?
I think they just got eaten up by time itself.
I think it's 6 seasons, and then it turns out they're all in purgatory.
I loved Lost, so don't
There you
even
go.
shit talk about it.
So yeah, no, at the end they do have to, they're all giddy. They're like, I guess that they're happy that they made it.
Which
But
is
they're,
how
like,
they were
weird-
supposed to feel when they're falling asleep when the air pressure is going down, so they'll conk out. So maybe they're
Yeah.
just in a stupor because there's no oxygen.
Yeah.
You're right. They're high.
They're
That's the
high
only
Yeah,
thing
and
that
they're
makes
dying,
high. Oh, they're high and they're glad they're alive.
but they're not
Yeah,
alive.
It's like, yeah,
I think it's
like
a mass
Hillary's
hallucination because they all die. He disappears because he stays awake. They all stay in the dream because they all, like, the air pressure and everything went away. So they're delirious, and they die in their delirium. That's why they run off laughing into nothingness.
you know, it's not the worst interpretation. It doesn't explain why she goes, "Oh,
Same.
you," when he says he's hungry.
Yeah.
Well,
By the
and
way,
yeah, and she's like, I've got to
My
go.
favorite Deepak Chopra book. So
It was weird how giddy they were. Literally, that they just watched a poor 13-year-old blind girl that they had a emotional bond with for a little while.
Ah,
They
she
just
didn't
watched
go.
her
Yeah, and
get
they just left
stabbed
her on
to
the
death.
plane.
yeah,
they're
her
just like,
body is still there, right?
Is her body still?
Yeah.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Because she's not awake
I
when
was
they
kind
fly
of
through.
hurt that they never went back for Mr. Gaffney. Like they could have brought his body back or something. They were just like, nah.
The
Yeah, you
Langoliers
would
need
think they
something.
would.
So here's another thing, and I actually asked my wife this: is when they're trying to take off, if the Langoliers' sole purpose is to eat the past, why do they give a fuck about a plane that is all of a sudden trying to take off? Why are they derailing this?
Because it's tasty.
They don't give a fuck. They actually fly past the plane to eat Mr. Toomey first. I think they were just eating everything. They weren't gunning for the plane. Well, I guess you're right. They were trying to.
At one point,
The-
they were gunning for the plane. Yeah.
Because when I
Yeah.
give my cats the same food every day, yes, they can sustain themselves on the same food. But when I throw treats down, they're like, "Ooh, something new," and they go after it like it's fucking air that they can't get enough of.
That is
Yum,
the,
yum, yum,
the
people. Rum,
most
rum, rum.
logical explanation I've ever heard to that.
Mhm.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah. Wow. Holy
The
shit.
Langoliers are cats. Yeah.
The Cataliers.
Who knew all they needed was a laser pointer? They could have just pointed in the other direction.
You don't want to have laser
Not all
pointers in your planes, Jack. That's a bad.
Yeah, you know,
You're gonna have a bad time.
you're gonna have a bad time. How are we doing on
Oh,
notes?
I found a couple more.
She found another 3 pages.
So no, just a couple more.
It's
All
all
right,
just
so the other
Britishisms.
line, the other line I wrote down was when Dean Stockwell says, "I don't think it's electricity," and I was like, "How would you know?
Right.
Like, why are you suddenly the authority on everything?"
He's
Oh,
mi-
because
he's a
you're like
mystery
the
writer.
Stephen King. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
I didn't put
mystery
that
writer.
together. That Stephen King wrote.
Yeah,
for the
from
protagonist.
he's
himself.
from New England. Yeah.
And then this is a bonus. I googled.
I have to be there at 9 a.m. We're discussing plot versus character. I can't miss it. I can't be there.
Now I know why Jack was laid off.
Oh my God.
Just fuck. He missed his 9 a.m. meeting. Is that what it was?
Yeah. He's just in there every day. People are just trying to get coffee. He's like, you know who I am!
All right.
I have to be at Powerville at 9 in the morning. Aslan is expecting me. I can't be late.
Slam.
Oh man.
Oh my God. All right. So as a bonus, I Googled and I found this review by the Baltimore Sun,
Oh boy.
and they wrote Langoliers, Flight of Dumb. That was
What is that
that
even?
was the
Is that-
headline.
Is that a pun or anything?
I know, I couldn't figure it out. I was like, Flight of yeah, I
of
don't know.
Dumb?
But it was funny. I was like, all
It's-
right.
It's so straightforward and accurate. It's such an insult.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, that's
Oh,
what
wait.
reminds me of
Oh, wait.
my favorite movie review ever was it was in one of the dailies of Metro, and it was the Woody Allen film Scoop with Scarlett Johansson, and it just said Scoop is poop, and that was the movie. That was the movie.
I remember that. Oh God. Okay. So in the review they say it's a nightmare, it's a mystery, it's a disaster film. And I was like, yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't? It was a disaster, film.
That would also work.
Or Slash.
Jack, Levi wants to know if people threaten, if you don't threaten them, do they get jacked?
Oh, they get jacked. If I don't
I have
threaten,
nothing
wait. Wait, say that again. If they don't
No,
get
he doesn't threaten them that they'll get jacked.
Oh Jesus!
The
Yeah,
people at his work. Yeah, remember Matt's 4 beers in.
it's only 3, fucking pussy.
Can you count?
1,
He,
2.
the fact that he's looking really hard.
Double check my man.
sorry.
I also love that you turned your head and the taco stayed completely straight. It was like the mayor in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Just it was a beautiful moment for me.
I was thinking about another one.
Yeah, I know you were.
I'm sorry. I'm sober. I still don't quite get what was the sentence?
It's from when we were saying that you yell at the people that you worked with, and that's why you got laid off. And do you not threaten them that they're going to get jacked? There's a lot of explanation for something. Now Hillary's going to give our beat poet notes as to this statement by Levi. They'll get jacked. Lol.
They'll get jacked. Lol. Oh,
But with an
no.
Australian/British accent, which is secretly New Zealand because fuck the Kiwis.
Levi did say that the taco head is adding to my validity right now. So
Does Levi say anything about me?
no, he hasn't. I would tell you.
Oh,
Although now I wait patiently for Levi to say something nice about you, because if he says something mean, he's gonna get Jack. This is your line.
Mm-hmm.
Jacked.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was just picturing like, what if in the Revolutionary War all the redcoats wore taco hats?
It is
just
the right.
picturing
I
them
know
all-
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I just picturing them like going down Yorktown like row by row. The old taco burrito war of 1784.
Oh man, reminds me of Idiocracy. I know shit's bad right now. Running
Oh.
out of burrito coverings. Such a good movie.
Idiocracy / became the
Current?
future.
Yeah, current
Yeah.
state of America.
More like Flight of Dumb.
All right, so the last thing I wrote was in this review. They're listing off like the main characters, and they were like, like Patricia Wettig, blah blah blah. The other members of the cast who matter. It's so they
love-
just
I
like go
love-
for the jugular.
I love that you're a wedding stan.
I
You're just like a
I love
Patricia
her.
Wettig stan. Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
Harper.
endearing.
I don't really remember 30 something because I was really small when it came out, but
Yeah, you were 3 something.
Ayo.
that's it,
I
guys.
think they're making-
That's all my notes.
By the way, I think there wasn't there talks of making us 50 something or 60 something?
Yeah,
Like a
I think
direct
they were
sequel?
gonna. I thought they were yeah, they were gonna do direct sequel or they were gonna do 30 something, but like now.
Let's
but
always
with your
bring back
people,
every show that
yeah,
got
yeah.
canceled 30 years ago.
I
We'll
know.
we'll have 50 something.
No,
We'll
no,
have
no.
my so-called menopause. Let's just do it all.
No, I think you're right. I think it is going to be 30 something, but with their kids, and like they'll be so like the new Star Wars. They'll be supported by, I guess, the parents. Okay, so are we ready for my?
Oh, and she's
Poetry?
married to Ken Olin. Okay. Yes.
Oh shit! This
Oh, is
30
she?
something ABC. This came out yesterday. Oh no, that's January. I'm drunk. ABC picks up sequel series.
June, January.
Yeah. Well, you know. But yeah, no, they are making a 30 something remake.
Cool.
Shut up, Hillary.
Oh, my girl Patricia's in it. Continue, Jack.
Hold on, I'm getting texts. People are like, "Did you hear that explosion?" I was like, "No, I'm screaming like a lunatic with headphones on. There could be World War III outside, and I wouldn't know."
Jack is the explosion. It can be World War III, but you've got a meeting at 9 a.m.
They should have they should have used the Mr. Toomey for like for FedEx commercials.
I got a package
Sorry,
that
I'm
needs to
get-
be
I'm
there
get-
at 9 a.m.
I'm getting distracted by this
Oh
possible
wait,
explosion.
can I share something really quickly?
Of course.
Yes.
I just picked up my phone and I hit on Instagram, and my friend posted a C.S. Lewis quote that says, "You can't go back and change. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending."
Which
I think
is
it's kind of appropriate.
yeah, that's a better fucking
Weird, right?
thing to come up with than what this movie gave us.
Did he write that at a Christian butcher?
That was interesting though. Things like that always like are affirming for me. I feel like everything should be happening as it should. You know, that we made Mr. Tumnus reference and then just happened to read that C.S. Lewis quote.
Can you not see like Daniel Day-Lewis playing the Christian butcher though, and singing hymns and just beating the snot out of people in New York?
That would be great. Hopefully he can come out of retirement for that. Anyway, I interrupted Jack's notes. So please, Jack.
That's all right. I'm just trying to figure out if there's between the protest outside and in my neighborhood, literally the second it's like 60 degrees out, just every night there's fireworks. So we're just
So we
trying to
do.
figure
We
out
want that
if
nice cool air and the breeze to be filled up with smoke.
Yeah. So we're just trying to figure out if there's actual explosion or gunshots or anyway. Okay. How corny was the opening? Like a weird religious infomercial. Oh, the opening credits, the like through the clouds and like the actual like text, the title
Yeah, it was,
credits.
it was like
Oh,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
filmography as the old Dianetics commercials.
Yeah, it was really an odd choice. I wonder if so. This just says David Morse Airport. So I like to think that 12 Monkeys is a direct sequel to the Langoliers, and David Morse's character is the same character. He's now time traveled to the airport. So right after the freeze frame is when he drops off the virus and infects everybody in the airport.
Yeah, but it's all not real.
I
It's
like
the
that.
figment of the imagination of the kid from St. Elsewhere at the end, who's looking in the snow globe to see everybody.
Tommy Westphalen.
Yep.
Balky was Toomey, Mr. Toomey, Bronson Pinchot is my age in this movie. Yeah. So where's my Stephen King miniseries? I put in the time.
I mean, he's still releasing books, so your time could still come.
Oh, I like this a lot. I love the sudden transition. So you see the opening act, the airport scenes, everybody putting their luggage in the overhead. A couple of scenes on the plane. Cut to an exterior shot of the plane. Cut to Dinah waking up, and where is everybody? I love that there's no like sound effect, no weird light. There's no ominous music. It's just like it puts you in the shoes of the characters, where you're just completely like, what the I just woke up, where is everybody? That's a strong choice, and I think it was a very effective choice.
Yeah, agreed.
Right, which if they remake it now, I bet when they go through the Aurora Borealis, there'll be a scene of everyone disappearing and all their shit dropping, and there'll be a bunch of music and sounds and stuff, and it'll kind of just ruin it. I agree.
Yeah,
90s
Jeremy
were pretty good.
Renner's family will turn to ash and other Avengers references.
Then the drug addict will come by and snort them all.
Oh, okay. So
Oh.
the future
Myself
catching
right.
up. The future catching up doesn't make sense. Because so
Mhm.
they fly back 15 minutes.
Too
They fly
far.
back 15 minutes into the past, yeah. And now they're in this very specific moment in time. Let's say 3:52 p.m. and 4 seconds. They are in this time. Everything has moved on. They are stuck in this moment that eventually has to be eaten by the Langoliers to clear room on the DVR. They go to the future, and now they're in 3:59 p.m. and 8 seconds, and now they have to wait a few minutes for everybody to catch up. But wouldn't they just be in that fixed moment in time? Wouldn't the present just be locked? Or I guess if you're in one moment in the past, everything just keeps moving with. I guess it can catch up to you. I don't know.
Or it's like Inception, where if you're dreaming, the time goes a lot slower.
Oh, no.
maybe-
Or once it catches up to you,
Brain
wouldn't it just
hurts.
keep going?
yeah.
Wouldn't it zoom right past them?
Also,
they're
if
in
the
this
past
situation-
gets eaten by the Langoliers, is the future just the Langoliers shitting out the excrement to make the new future, like a Gordian's knot kind of thing? Like it just
It
time just
should
keeps
be.
looping around itself, so you're just going through the digestion track of these Pac-Men.
It should
They
be
didn't
it should
seem
be
to
Langolier.
have much of a digestive tract. There's not a lot to them. It's just teeth and.
Yeah, so the mass can't stay in there for very long. It's got to go somewhere,
I didn't see a.
unless they puke
Oh.
it up like a baby bird.
So we brought this up before. Lost, great
Mhm.
show, great pilot.
I've actually
That
never
was-
seen it.
Really? We're gonna have to start
Yeah, I
a
know.
Lost podcast.
Lo-
now.
Lost
Okay.
was nine years later. There's only a 9-year difference between this and Lost. And look at the difference. And they're both ABC. And look
Yeah.
at the difference in production values.
Oh.
Like Lost is cinematic. It looks amazing. It looks like it was the most expensive pilot at the time. I think it was $7 million. But it looks incredible. Am I boring you, Matt?
No, I'm fucking tired and the beer's wearing off.
Or I think it's wearing on. I think that's what's happening.
That could be it too.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting that it was only 9 years before Lost, because I don't know. At least for me, the difference between 1996 and 2004 feels like a lifetime, whereas 2004 and now
Yeah.
feels like a week.
Right.
Right.
Oh, Dinah doesn't use her psychic powers when everybody disappears. She's like, "Where is everybody?
Yeah,
Where is everybody?"
like, and yet,
She can't.
What
she
were
can't
her-
feel that there's.
Her psychic powers just seem to come up from nowhere. Like she hears some thoughts from Pinchot's character when he walks by her at the airport, but it seems like he's the only one that she hears the thoughts from. So what is their connection?
oh yeah, and she can tell that
yeah.
he sees them differently, but then it's not like she can perceive anyone else's thoughts.
Right, She doesn't
Yeah.
see
She,
anybody
she,
on
has,
the side.
she has a link with them. That's another Stephen King thing where you have a special link with a
Mhm.
specific person. So I also like this genre of sci-fi. I like when this isn't the only story where a plane takes off and then lands in another time. Like there's a very famous Twilight Zone episode where they get stuck in the
Yeah.
I guess they get stuck in the with dinosaurs and then they end up in the 1930s.
Yeah.
It's one of my. I'm sorry.
That was the plot to Kung Fury. I'll see.
It
myself
might
up.
be. I was very stoned when I saw Kung Fury. I don't remember a plane. But yeah, I actually started a novel in 2009 and never finished it. That was the exact same idea of a plane taking off and going through a time rip.
Sorry.
And it's now
No, finish your statement. because this is completely
Uh,
not
no, now
nothing
that-
to do with your statement.
now that I think about it, their solution is also to time back to fly back into it to get back. Except in my book, they have to wait 20 years for the rip to come back. So anyway,
This is completely off topic, but I just saw that HBO is making a Last
Levi
of Us
said something
TV
about
show.
me. Sorry.
Nope, still not. HBO is making a
What?
Last of
What
Us.
HBO?
They're making a Last of Us TV show, which was a video.
Matt,
game.
Matt, can you just tell us? Can you stop dicking around? Just tell us.
I could if everyone would stop fucking cutting me
Can you
off.
just be Matt? Can you just be clear? And just enunciate the words and just tell us. It's very hard to understand everybody. Just please, just say.
Home Box Office is making a Last of Us television series.
Yeah, we know.
You knew that?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Last of Us was a zombie video game,
But she knew that.
but you knew
Oh,
that.
okay.
Apparently. Fucking, you're probably in it.
Dean Stockwell's
Oh,
character
talk
is
about
named
stuff.
Dean Stockwell's character is named Bob Jenkins. It's a really lame name.
Yeah, because he's a
Bob
mystery
Jenkins.
writer. It's like, did you get the
Yeah.
latest Bob Jenkins novel? Like, lame.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Ooh,
love that.
Jenkins.
It's also I've written 46 books or whatever, and nobody has heard of him. So we're assuming he's successful because we think, oh yeah, because this is his Stephen King stand-in, so he's a successful writer. But he could just be some guy he's like the Unabomber, just writing shit in his fucking closet.
Can you imagine being trapped in some kind of once in a lifetime, once in a billion years weird science fiction time travel scenario, and like you're trapped with like a drug addict, Balky, and then like actually Stephen King? Like Stephen King was sitting next to you on the plane, and now you
Yeah.
have to like go. Like that's like going through like 9/11 with Mark Wahlberg.
Most of my murder fantasies do involve Balky, so that's reasonable.
Honestly, if there was a famous person, especially if it was somebody like Stephen King with me, and that happened, I would just be like, I'm on a reality show. This is a prank, and there is nothing you could do.
Well, hopefully the
Langolier
reality
could-
show is not The Running Man.
Yeah, yeah, right. A Langolier could eat somebody in front of me, and I would still be like, all right, I know I'm on a reality show.
Yep.
Let me know when I have to sign the thing.
This is the next season of Bachelor in Paradise.
Great show.
May I add something?
Please.
I just wanted to read the scathing review. So after they say the other cast members who matter are, and they list everyone, and they go, and Bronson Pinchot. Yes, that Bronson Pinchot. The one who lit up Beverly Hills Cop is an unknown, then became too well known as Cousin Balky in Perfect Strangers, and then just disappeared, not even leaving any wristwatches or bridge work behind. And then they say it would take a great dramatic performance for Pinchot for the film to have any chance of working. He doesn't deliver.
Oh no, that's so mean.
Oh, wow.
They say-
Yeah, that's not good.
That's so
It says, in
like,
fact, it appears that Pinchot is at the top of his game as Cousin Balky.
Plus, they're completely overlooking his very well done psychic comedy movie with John Larroquette. Was it Second Sight?
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, I've never seen that, but now I'm interested.
Yeah,
It's great
he
in
does-
True Romance.
Yeah,
I feel bad. Like, he didn't.
Yeah, the
Disappear.
the newspaper review just needs to tell me, should I spend the next 4 hours watching this movie on Wednesday night and Thursday night? I don't need to know. You don't need
No.
to derail this poor man's entire well-being. A character attack on Bronson Pinchot by the Baltimore's. Who wrote that? David Simon?
It says, I know, it does sound like it could be him. All right, it says, The Langoliers is a case of ABC going to the well of Stephen King novels one too many times looking for a May blockbuster. The well is dry, and ABC is stuck for 4 hours of an empty bucket miniseries tomorrow, Monday night. The Langoliers, which starts at 9 each night, is a premise in search of a story. Not that the premise is all that great, but it will do.
Jesus. Did the writer lose his wife in a plane time travel?
His name is David Zurwick.
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe David
Uh,
needs a
Guy
hug.
with the-
I was right at
I wonder
Second
if-
Sight with him and John
Can we
Larroquette.
look? Can we look up his other movie reviews? Did he do like for the It miniseries? Was it like It Is Shit?
Oh wow.
The Stand, more like The
I'll have to look
Bland.
it up. He wrote a book called The Jews of Primetime.
Ugh.
All right, so let's see. Baltimore Sun, David Zarawick. This is how I Google everyone.
That's fine.
Oh, so
You
well, let me see.
keep talking.
Oh, I wonder if other flights flew through the time rip and went through the exact same thing, but because they didn't have a mystery writer on board, they never figured out how to get back to the or a pilot for that matter, never figured out how to get back to the present. So I wonder if because
And they had a pilot.
because they well they mentioned the Aurora Borealis hours before the flight. So that means that that a lot they knew that this time rip was, and the time rip obviously stayed open for a while because they fly back to it. So I imagine other planes gone through. I'm guessing when they arrive in the future, 15 minutes in the future, they're probably going to be like a news story any minute now where like 8 flights are missing.
But what? And obviously, none of us are pilots here. But
What?
if you were flying and saw an Aurora Borealis, what part of you would be like, let's just fly right through the middle of that for shits and giggles? Like, I understand that it is scientifically just like gases and stuff, but
Aurora Borealis, I mean, I guess maybe they're curious because it's very beautiful.
right, yeah.
they just wanna
as
get
we
a
saw
better
by the assassin.
Because you don't think flying into a light is going to
So
crash
beautiful.
Yeah, it never does anything to flies or mosquitoes.
Corey's kind of
you.
right.
It's right. It is a big bug zapper. No, you're right. I don't know. I'd be curious if other planes crashed though.
I've
Well,
also
and
seen
at the
Poltergeist
end-
a billion times. Going into light is bad.
Well, and at the end, when the future has to catch up and everything, and there are all those lights and stuff, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I love the idea
That's
that
odd.
that Mr. Toomey's dad, abusive, horrible father that's like trying to drill discipline into his son. Of all the ways to do it, beating him with a belt or telling him
Tell him that
other
a
things.
B means bum.
Yeah, he came up with the Langoliers. Like it's such a convoluted. Like where do you get that word? It's just like like do your chores or the Langoliers are gonna get you. It's just I don't know. It's a very weird. Obviously, his dad was kind of screwed up, but also he did a really shitty job of describing the Langoliers because he's like they've got hair, and he didn't mention there's no hair,
Mm-mm.
and you would think the
Hairy.
defining characteristic would be the teeth, and he didn't really mention the teeth, right?
No, he did. I remember him doing this like hand thing. Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah.
does a hand thing when he's imagining talking to the whole board group, and then
Yeah.
he tells them that he purposely lost all their money, and then the dad shows up and is a hand thing with a clacking. But we're also trusting his character to be a reliable narrator, and it could be that all the trauma and stuff that he went through, he is not remembering it right, or he has created the scenario for himself. I'm putting a lot more into it than I'm sure the story writers did, but
Yeah. Maybe what if time is destroyed by whatever, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, like whatever you're thinking of is what destroys time.
I think what destroys
Yeah.
time is the anxiety of having a meeting at 9 a.m., Jack.
I can't be late.
It never
I
gets
cannot
old.
Be late.
Oh, man. If you're only
Somebody
listening to
recall-
this, I highly recommend you go back and watch the video just to see Jack's outbursts.
Yeah.
Somebody take
is
somebody
really
take the
funny.
audio and somebody take this audio and superimpose it over the White Rabbit scenes in Alice in Wonderland.
I was gonna say that. I'm late for a very
I am-
important date.
What's that? I can't miss it.
And Dinah is the name of the cat in Alice in Wonderland, her cat. So
See?
Shit.
There's your
And
little
all the
connection.
all the clocks, right? Right? Doesn't when she falls through the bottomless pit, aren't there like all clocks and stuff?
think so.
I mean, that might just be in the Disney version, but yeah, probably.
At one point they say, look, we're 15 minutes in time. We're in a fixed moment in time. It's not like we can go back to the book depository and save JFK. I thought that was
Yeah.
interesting because Stephen King later writes a book about a time
Oh, yeah.
traveler who tries to save JFK, which my dad has a cameo in. He name checks my dad in that book.
Oh, cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the character puts on the car radio and my dad's playing and he's like, this song wouldn't be playing in 1998. What is this?
Cool.
What's this? Oh, the dumb guy, the sleepy guy.
My favorite.
He's the one that lets Mr. Toomey go. He's like, hey, where's Mr. Toomey? He's like, he's tied up.
Yeah, he's
And
asleep.
he gets two people killed. He should be the one that gets stabbed in the back, not Mr. Gaffney, because he fucked up. His
Yes, and he
his-
should be the one steering the plane.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people there, and we're all content to just like let one or two go look to see if the guy's still, if the dangerous dude is still together or not. That's weird. It's weird
Yeah,
that
and
it's
who-
And
like,
like, why would you leave? And like, why did they have to? Dinah and what was Patricia Whiting's character? What was her
I
name?
have no idea.
Bar-
I have no
Barbara.
idea.
Give me a second. I'm looking.
is it because they're
Oh,
coming
man.
to get her?
Yeah, look it up.
Gladys.
Laurel.
Laurel. That's right.
Stupid name.
Like, why did they sit there near him? I mean, I guess someone had to watch him, but then why that? Why them? I don't know.
I would have killed him. I was like, look, you're 15 minutes in the past. Just kill him. Nobody's gonna know.
Well, also they go in the room, they go into the cafeteria place, and she's like, "Oh, he's in there, he's hiding. Hey, I'm here to help you." And they just let her wander off towards him again, the young girl by herself, and he jumps out. We already know he's tried to shoot somebody to kill them. So yeah, let's let the blind 14-year-old girl wander off into the room on her own and get stabbed in the chest, and still have to listen to her whine for another fucking hour and a half.
Yeah, he gets two people killed. And he you know, the worst that happens to him the whole movie is he doesn't get to eat the sandwich.
Yeah, twice. He tries to eat the
Yeah.
sandwich and it tastes terrible, and then he tries to eat another sandwich, and they're like, "But we gotta go." He might appear.
I just wanna,
Oh my god.
Mister, do you mind? Mister, do you mind? Could you not do that, Mister?
Is that like therapeutic?
Mister,
or
you're
something?
barking. Mister, you're the wrong dog to
Oh
be barking
no,
right
it's
now, Mister.
awful. I don't know how that's therapeutic.
I do like how he's already had his ass kicked by one person on the plane, and then every other person who's got a problem with, he's like, "Well, I'm not scared of you." It's like, yeah, but there's 10 of us, and we all hate you, and
God.
like, and they all just like one after another. Well, I'll join in. I'll join in too. I'll join in. And then they're like, yeah, I guess I'm okay.
I can't believe they didn't gag him. Just put
I
put a
know.
piece of duct tape on him.
Oh, that's what that amen note is from. Sorry. Balky, when he's like on the ground tied up, they
Oh,
say
right.
something and he's like, amen.
Yes.
It's like, all right.
and I
this is-
lulled after that. Sorry.
Oh, Dean Stockwell, Bob Jenkins. You guys notice at one point he says, "Good lords." He says, "Lords." he's a pagan.
Well, no, it's because of our British friend. Obviously, he's referencing the House of Lords.
Yeah, of course. Good lords was the
Good one.
other show on
It's a
BBC
good
Three
one.
after
That's true.
after all these misters. Yeah. Also, speaking of Jurassic Park, they mimicked the Jurassic Park shot. They look out the window and the Langolier is alongside and look. So
yeah.
that was cool.
I thought you were going to say there's a glass of water that.
But it also seemed like a reference to the Star Trek, the Twilight Zone.
I
Star
have
Trek.
to be. I have to be at Island Newbar. I can't be late. I have to be at the T-Rex paddock at 9 a.m. I have to be there. Dachshund, we got Dachshund over here.
Nobody cares.
Wait, say hold on to your butts.
We have to read them right now at 9 a.m. Hold on to your butt. I got windows. I got air conditioning. I got locks. You name it, we got it.
Oh, my stomach hurts. Jack, I'm gonna ask
I'm
you to do that
surprised-
all the time. Just be prepared.
Just give me the number of your throat doctor, please.
I think Jack is always prepared to do manic screaming. I don't think that's.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised the Langoliers don't show up in any of the Dark Tower novels.
I was waiting for more ties to something,
could have
either
been-
Shining or anything.
They could have been good villains in the Wolves of Kala book, where like they have the Harry Potter sneeches and everything else going on. Yeah, no, I'm surprised there's no
No, I
Langoliers.
kind of like some.
Oh no. How do you undo on a phone? There we go.
Wiggle. Yeah.
Oh. Does this happen? Is this note true? Does David Morse at one point yell "Get out of here" to the Langoliers when they're like flying in front of
Yes.
the windshield?
Yep.
Get out of here! Get out of here! you-
And they listen. They're like,
No.
okay. Oh God, I was gonna write that down. I forgot.
Sorry, mister.
Get away from it.
Scram.
Shoo fly! Don't bother
You
me.
say sorry, Mister. Sorry, Mister.
Sorry.
It's my Langolier voice.
Oh, so I thought the scariest thing about that whole sequence, more than the Langoliers, is the void. So like after
Oh
the
yeah, when
entire
when it's all dark
Yeah.
and it collapses.
and the plane
yeah.
is just literally, it's like nothingness because it's not. There's no time. There's nothing scarier to me than that. Like this weird,
like the never-ending
just
story.
existential void. Yeah, yeah. Or the Millennium Giants arc in DC Comics in 1998, where they reset the Earth.
Yes,
Yeah.
for that.
Exactly that.
Yeah, see, I
Well,
thought the
there's very-
concept. I think that's why I'm excited to read the book. I think the concept is cool. It just wasn't
I
executed.
don't want to. I guess
No.
you'd have to read all. If I do the Audible, I'll have to listen to like Secret Window and all those other stories too.
Now I haven't watched a lot of the TV miniseries of King stuff. Does he show up in all of them?
So that's my next note.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
the
so.
famous Stephen King cameo. It's not. I think he also shows up in a lot of the theatrical movies as well.
He
He shows up
definitely
in
does.
everything. He's in everything.
Yeah.
But he's like the Stan Lee, Alfred Hitchcock.
Mhm.
He shows up in The Stand. He shows up. I think he showed up in It. He definitely shows up in the new It.
I can't
Oh,
remember what
yeah.
he was in the old one, but yeah, he's in the
Yeah,
new one.
but he always has a scene or two. He's not the worst actor.
wait, have you guys
'Cause he's got
seen Thinner?
It's been a long
I've
time, but
parts.
yes.
Ooh, maybe we should do that one. too.
Okay.
That one's gross.
Do you have
But
plans
it's
next
like
week?
no, let's do it.
I have to get the breakfast.
That's like
I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I have to be at breakfast at 9 a.m. All I do is eat and nothing happens. I'm losing weight.
Jesus. All right, so Jack's on board next week.
yes.
no. I thought we were doing.
Yeah,
what
no,
are we doing
Thinner
with
is
The
fucked
Stand?
up. Oh yeah, or we can. I mean, it's all Stephen King, so
Yeah.
I love how there's
No,
this
we need a-
theme.
We need a few weeks to do The Stand because it's a long movie.
It's long. It's oh no, it's longer than 4 hours.
6
How many
hours,
parts
isn't
is
it?
It was a multi-night.
Oh man.
It's
Yeah.
about 5 hours and 40 minutes, I would say.
Oh okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't use puppets. The time rip looks like a vagina. I wrote that down.
You're not wrong.
I call it the time vagina.
We can deep dive into that one. No, I'm just kidding. That's where all
Yeah, what do you
creation
see?
is. No, that's what he says. He says that like this is how when British guy
Oh,
is going into it,
yeah.
he's like, "This is all."
You're right. It's like the birth of everything.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Doctor Who did it.
Did the time vagina? I
Yeah.
missed that episode.
Jesus.
Oh, can I tell you a joke? There was on Facebook, someone had like a meme, and it said, "Your vagina is now named after the last TV show you watched." And the last TV show I watched was Dead to Me.
Oh no. Oh no. Mine would be
I
mine would be
quite
the
enjoyed that
last
one.
mine would be the last Airbender.
Mine is Monk.
Mine's King of the Hill.
Matt wins.
Yep.
That's great.
I'll be here all night.
That's why I'm his bottom.
That was a fun
Dead to
game.
Me.
Okay.
I'm almost done with Dead to Me. See, I was not crazy about season 2's storyline.
Oh, okay.
So,
So I
it's-
haven't gotten there because I wanted. So I mean, I watched season 1 when it came out, but I wanted my dad to
you
watch it.
recommended to me.
Yeah, I know. But so you've already finished it. My dad doesn't binge, so we just finished the 6th episode. But it's so cute because he's like trying to guess what happens, and he was like, "Okay, don't tell me what happens, but tell me if I'm like warm or cold." And he's like spouting out theories, and I was like, "Nope." But it's really cute because he's
Yeah,
really
no.
into it.
Season 2, I don't like I think the story is a little too much, but it's still
Okay.
they're so good. And Christina Applegate is so fucking good. She's
She
such
is
a good actor.
so good. God
It's
damn,
insane
she is
how
great.
she's so
Mhm.
goddamn talented. Was she nominated? Did she get an Emmy nom?
I don't know. I have to look that up. She should have.
She I mean, and so is Linda Cardellini.
Cardellini is great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they both
she-
are.
she's-
But no,
but
she's.
I-
I didn't realize just a good actress she is. Like, and she's an amazing comedian, but like, she's so good.
yeah. No, I could watch, like, even not liking the storyline of season 2. Just every scene is
Uh-huh.
just so watchable because they're so fucking, and the writing is sharp. But she's so good. I'm so glad you pushed me to watch that.
Oh, yay!
Oh, so the weirdly giddy scene at the end. Also, I'd be scared shitless. I wouldn't be happy that we made it, landed safely. I'd be a little relieved, but I would also be like, where is everybody? I still don't expect this to work out. I would be
Right.
terrified. I would be
They were
terrified.
all so
until-
calm the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
I would have been
when they
in
get all-
hysterics on the plane.
Yeah, and when they get all giddy, the tone doesn't feel right, obviously. But then you also, the direction, everything becomes handheld. I don't know if you noticed. Like, it's weird. All of a sudden, it's just this like documentary style. And it's just such a weird choice. I don't know what Tom Holland was
Yeah.
thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. I
Mm.
don't know. Maybe Mary Jane was on his mind. I don't know. Also, like Lost, only 6 people make it off the plane. The Oceanic 6.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Ah.
And finally, who is Mark Lindsay Chapman? Why is he in my
The actor.
notes?
He's
That's
that's
the
the
name
actor who played the British guy.
That's the name of the actor.
Yeah.
Who killed John Lennon? Was it Mark David Chapman?
Mark David Chapman.
How do you not change your name? How do you go with a stage name that is pretty much the guy that killed John Lennon?
Well, because he's
That would be
an
like-
assassin in the British sector, so
That's just-
it.
But the guy's 43 years old, let's say, 1996. So he was
Well,
probably
yeah, but
in
Lennon
his
was
late-
shot in 81.
Yeah.
so he's in his late
So he
20s.
was already working.
So that would be like, yeah, but like, what if right now Lady Gaga gets assassinated by somebody named Zach Pacone? I can't come back from that. I would have to. I'd change my name.
You just got zacked.
no,
I just got Zach. Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that. If there is another 9/11 tomorrow and it is caused by a Hillary man,
Stop.
It would be,
I'm gonna be like, don't-
it'd be
Not,
I'm
the,
going
not
to
the
ins-
exact name. Like Hillary
Alright, Hillary
Dan or
Woman.
Hillary.
Hillary Dan.
Oh, all of Jack's co-hosts. God damn.
yeah, if Hillary Dan turns out to be the mastermind behind Corona. I'm going to insist that you do not change your name and you try to get work in this industry, and we'll see.
Jack, I feel like more people are going to go after Mark Paul Goslin or whatever his name is, if it's Zach, whoever, than Zach Pacone. You know, they're not going to give a shit.
Mark Lindsay Chapman. I don't know. The first thing I thought was John Lennon getting shot in the back. It was the first thing I thought of.
When I was working at Geek Squad at the tech bench, I had a guy come up. His name was Stephen King. And I'm like, I'm not going to mention the name. He's like, yeah, but you just did. I'm like, I can't help it. You can't not react to that. Your name is Stephen King.
I mean, at least Michael B. Jordan put that B in there, you know?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Michael.
I mean,
He had to, but
he's so lucky that he's so goddamn good looking and so goddamn talented that he's somehow now you don't think of Michael Jordan when you see that name.
Yeah.
it's so true. So true.
He's very lucky. I would have changed my name if I was him. Mike Jordan. What's the B stand for? Bob?
Basketball.
Mike.
Oh.
Or baseball.
Yeah, that'll get everybody's mind off of Michael Jordan. I'll just change my name to Michael Basketball Jordan. that'll clear things up.
I mean, is it really bad though to be a person of color who's named after one of the most famous people of color?
Michael Bakari Jordan. Bakari.
No, I mean a very common name now for black families is Denzel, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a name before Denzel Washington, because Denzel Washington is named after the doctor that delivered his father, and the doctor that delivered his father, Denzel was his last name. So I don't think Denzel, I could be wrong, but I don't think Denzel was a name, and now it's a very common name. And also, it wasn't Denzel. It wasn't Denzel. It was Denzel, and his mom started calling him Denzel so that like she could tell him and the father apart, because she would be like Denzel, and they would both be like what? So she started calling him Denzel. So
as a person who chose his own name, I wouldn't mind being named Denzel.
It's a great name.
It is, and I wouldn't be hating being compared. Well, I'd hate to be compared because I mean, look at him. But I would love to be like, yeah, I'm named after Denzel Washington. Thank you very much.
Denzel says, African American, the wild one. English, a place near Cornwall. Welsh, a high stronghold. Greek, a fine wine lover.
Doe, a deer, female deer.
That's why my best friend's name is Ray.
The guy that gets me beer.
I drop the golden sun.
Let's not hurt Matt with musicals.
I fucking hate him.
Those are all my notes. Why do you hate musicals,
We
Matt?
still got our alien musical.
Just don't like him.
There's a monster in your chest.
Which is weird because I really like
Remember
Book
that?
of Mormon. That's a musical.
And you like it?
Yeah, I did. But I think if it's supposed to be a musical, that's one thing. It's if there's a like the any Simpsons episode. That granted, this only happens in the past couple seasons, but when they start to sing, I turn it off. I refuse to finish it.
Well, music's always been a big part of The Simpsons, even early on. You know,
Yeah.
But it wasn't a crutch. It's not like this
Oh,
stupid
no,
crutch
it's
about
They
Lisa
do the
singing about.
presentations.
Yeah, I don't fucking.
Not a crutch. It's a genre. It's a medium.
But The
What
Simpsons
is-
was not.
Oh, what
a
does Mr.
musical.
Burns be our coat or be your? He does the be your guest, but he's talking about
See-
the dog.
See my
Vest.
vest.
Oh, see my vest. Yeah.
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 See my vest. Yeah, it's good.
Made from real gorilla chest. So like when it's once in a while, and it really fits and it's well done. That's different than like every other episode, and it's just kind of there to take up 3 minutes.
So
You're
don't
not
like
the only person I know
musical-
that's like this, though.
So you don't like musical versions of non-musical television shows, or you just don't like like do you like Broadway musicals or movie musicals? Did you like La La Land or
Didn't see it.
Moulin Rouge?
Didn't see it.
Did you see Dr. Horrible's sing-along vlog? Does that count as horror or is that sci-fi?
I was gonna say,
I did
a friend of mine
see-
made it through all of Buffy, and then he stopped when they got to the musical episode.
I remember hating that episode when I saw it.
Oh, so good.
Repo,
So good.
Repo the Genetic Opera. I had to do on a long.
I like
time.
Repo the Genetic Opera.
I didn't hate it, but I went into it knowing that it was going to be a musical. I think that's kind of the
Yeah,
big
there's
difference when it's supposed to be a musical. Then I'm okay with it.
There's another movie called Anna and the Apocalypse that I'd like to do on the show, but it's a musical, and I've
But
kind
if
of like
but if
not
I
brought it
know
up.
going into it, it's going to be a musical. That's different than turning on The Simpsons and getting blindsided by Lisa singing about her first period. Didn't
That's
actually
not an
happen.
episode.
No, yeah, that didn't actually happen.
That's not an episode.
Made Taylor Swift $1 billion, dude. You know, come on.
That ties into my so-called menopause.
Oh.
I'm becoming a woman at 9 a.m. I can't be late. My ovaries are dropping. I cannot miss it. I have to be in Boston at 9 a.m.
Jack, you were valid. I don't want to dead name you, but you were valid, and we support you. And we will get you to your 9 a.m. appointment.
I like how his video is pretty behind.
Right.
His rant has ended and he is still waving his
Is
arms
it?
around.
He's still screaming.
Yeah,
Is my video? Is it been behind this whole time?
I just noticed it.
Not this whole time.
Yeah.
Just like the past, I don't know, like 15 minutes or something.
Well, we
Thanks for
gotta
telling me, guys.
rate
That's
this
really
movie
amusing.
so I can pee. And go to bed.
Okay.
Oh no, Jack.
All right. So,
Camera.
so
It's the old Mary fuck kill because we're classy.
right. What are our other choices?
What are our other choices?
Make me think. So I guess
Not
if we-
doing this show is one of them.
What other Stephen King movies have you seen?
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Okay, so Mary fuck kill, Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, The Langoliers, and
TV miniseries,
Also
the Thornbirds.
sure, I've never heard of that one, so go with that one.
I'm just going way back.
Wait, so Thornbirds, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the Langoliers?
Sure,
What? I
just go with
okay.
it, Jack.
I'll go first.
Yeah, say one of you two have to go first.
Mary, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Fuck Langoliers. Kill Thornbirds.
Wow.
what
You're thinking too
what
much.
Lion the Witch? What Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe? The new movie, the old BBC movie,
You're
the
thinking-
book.
You're thinking too much.
Well, it makes a
Yeah, I would
difference.
just say like the Malcolm of.
Yeah, which one do you like?
Well, it's
the
true.
most?
The BBC.
Is
Which is
is it the
best?
one with Mr. Tumnus or is it the one with Mr. Toomey?
Mr. Tumnessy.
I'll make it easier. Instead of the Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe, you can do Epic Movie, which was the parody by.
Oh, I've seen
The-
it. It's the,
the scary movie.
worst movie I've ever seen in
Awful.
the theater ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like the Thornbirds. I guess I'll kill the Thornbirds. I remember really liking it. Richard
Then why are you
Chamberlain.
killing it?
It's a good miniseries.
Because I gotta fuck Langoliers and I'm gonna marry Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe. And
Agreed.
what was the other option? What am I swapping it out for?
I don't even know.
No.
Yeah, I don't even know. Do whatever you want.
I agree. I'm just gonna go. I agree with Hillary.
Yep, same here. Nice
Jack.
and sweet.
That's like
It's starting
Corey?
to hurt.
That
It just comes down to me killing the Langoliers. I'm sorry, this is a really hard 3 hours to get through because it was more the writing because there were quality people in it. You know, I've been watching David Morrison St. Elsewhere. I was excited to see it because you guys were all into it, but I think it's one of those things that seeing it the 25 years later probably doesn't do it any favors. If this is my
No.
first exposure to it.
didn't I say this would happen last week? Didn't I
You
say?
did.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
oh no, that we would disappoint Corey.
It's not about disappointing me. I said I'm into it just to be here to talk about it with you guys.
I've been disappointing him for almost 5 years now.
And I'm your bottom.
Aw.
It's okay.
Wait, so we're doing Thinner next week, right?
I was just gonna ask the same
Is that the
question.
plan?
Jack, you don't have to come back if you don't want
Jack.
to. I saw that.
No, I was reacting to some other
He
things.
wants to do the stand.
Do you want to take a week off and then do the stand in 2 weeks, and then Thinner the week after that?
We can do Thinner.
So okay. What if we do this? What if we plan on Thinner
Okay.
next week and then plan for the stand the following week, so you have 2 weeks to watch the stand?
I just watched it. I'm not gonna watch it again. I just watched. I'm not gonna watch a 6-hour movie twice in 1 month.
Then why are you saying that we need all this extra time to watch a 6-hour movie? I'll watch 6 hours of movie between now and next week if everyone else is on board, and
I
then we
can do
do
it.
Thinner the next week.
Oh.
Corey doesn't sleep, so he has all weekend to watch these things.
We're supposed to do. Stand
I'm fine
this
with
week.
whatever.
Well, we can do the stand.
I
next
thought we were
week.
doing the Tommy Knockers. I thought we were gonna do
God,
Tommy
we're gonna do
Knockers.
the Okay.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Okay.
Why does every time Hillary wants to do something, it gets bumped up to the top?
Because you're a bottom.
You know the answer. So okay, I'm still on board with doing all 3 of these in the next 3 weeks. We just need to decide on an order. If you want to do stand next week, then Thinner, then Tommy Knockers, I'm fine with
Or
that.
Tommy Knockers first, I think is what he's saying, because he was excited to do Tommy
We
Knockers.
can do, that's what, if you want to do Tommy Knockers next week,
You wanna do that?
then Thinner, then I don't give a shit.
Nothing to do with what I want to do.
I don't care.
No, you clearly do care, Jack. Jack Stephen Pacone. I don't know what your middle name
Tell us,
is.
tell us.
Is your middle name
Middle name
Mozzarella?
is not. So your
Wait,
two
which
your
one do you
two
want?
your two guesses are Steven and mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Yeah.
Nothing in between.
Yeah. Yeah, it could 150% Italian or the opposite.
It's either a pizza
Hillary-
topping or mozzarella.
That's true.
Hillary, do you know my my middle name?
I don't think I do. Do you know my middle name?
Buffalo?
Ruffalo?
Yeah, I'm guessing it's a
Huh?
cheese. Aged American.
Oh.
Roquefort?
What does your middle name start with?
An N.
Nancy.
Nope.
Damn. Good.
You'll
Is it
never
common?
guess it.
Is it
That's my
common?
mother-in-law's name. You don't want
Is it
It's Swedish.
Nanda
You'll never guess it.
what is it?
Narnia.
It's Nyren. Nyren.
Damn.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah,
That's really pretty.
Guys.
It's like a Lord of the
My
Rings
mom's maiden.
elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Which just explains why she's in the dark.
Oh boy.
I'm not allowed to name my son. I can't give him an Italian name. I'm very upset. I wanted to name him Vito.
Aw.
Or my middle name is Anthony. I want to name him Anthony.
Oh, I like that. Could it be a middle name?
Negotiations are still open.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You were on the detour? Sorry, I went to check your IMDb to see if your middle name is on here. I fucking love that show. I just watched it. Now I gotta go back.
That is
Yeah,
a
I'm
good
in
show.
the second season premiere with Jason Jones
All right.
right at the top.
Oh, I thought that show looked good.
It's
It-
really
it is
funny.
good.
Yeah.
Erin randomly
Yeah, I
gets
heard-
into it every once in a while. Like TBS will do a whole marathon of it, and she'll just sit there and watch it all day.
It
They went through
kills me
seasons.
that it kills me that I don't have the footage of the me and Hillary. Hillary was nice enough to star in a table read of a feature film that I co-wrote and I directed the table read, and I starred in. And we play a husband and wife in this Judd Apatow-esque rom-com that I wrote 11 years ago. God.
It was so fun.
Yeah, it kills me that whoever recorded it and edited it didn't keep it, and it's lost to the ages. And
Well,
Dan's
we've
in it
had-
too. Dan plays my dad.
Oh yeah.
While we've had no cable for the last 5 days, and we've been living off of what's on our Plex, Erin asked me, she's like, "What the hell's Pongers?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get to make Erin watch Pongers. I'm super excited."
Pongers is my short film. It's the only thing I've ever really made. It's the only besides the table read. It's the only film that I've ever directed.
So you're saying it's the
Um,
culmination of $250,000?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's unfinished. It's my Don Quixote.
I like it very
I-
much.
I'm pretty proud of it. I think it was better than any of the other student films. But
So what are we doing next week?
Jack has to tell
Whatever.
us.
Okay, Jack pick.
I don't care.
No, what Jack? What do you want? What do you want to do?
We're doing all three.
Oh God, no, I don't have that much time.
The Tommy Knockers is, I believe, also is the same length as the Langoliers. The Stand is longer,
Mhm.
Not double, but almost. And I'm guessing Thinner is like 90 minutes long. So
Yeah, I don't think it's long.
whichever one, I don't care.
No, you care.
It's my birthday. My birthday is in 2 days, so I don't want to be caught.
So you're
watching.
saying Pet Cemetery. That's fine.
I don't want to be
yeah,
stuck
Thinner is-
watching.
Yeah, Tommy Knockers is 3 hours and 1 minute.
It's got an extra minute.
Yeah.
I don't care. Whatever. I don't care.
No, you
Don't make me choose. I spend 2 hours at a diner trying to pick what kind of pancakes I want.
What'd you go with?
Well, then it's Hillary's pick because Jack will never get mad at her. He gets mad at me all the time. So
Have I ever gotten
No,
mad at you,
you know-
Hillary?
I don't think so. Are you replaying in your head when you did?
I'm not. I guess you didn't notice. I was trying to think of a time where no, I don't think so. Let's do the Tommy Knockers,
okay.
All right.
and
Excellent.
then we'll do Thinner, and then the Stand.
Okay.
I like that. End with a bang.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be 6 more Stephen King titles that Hillary's going to squeeze in between by the time we get to the Stand. But
Nope, they will go after the Stand.
Like I turned your podcast into Stephen King theme.
Yeah.
We are always
Oh.
coming up with the next week's movie at the end of the show, and sometimes not even really getting that far. Just going, well, we'll figure it out.
me and Dan are big Stephen King guys, and we really wanted to do a Stephen King podcast 5 years ago. We both had competing titles. He wanted to call it the Stephen Kingdom, and I wanted to call it Ta King. And we were very close to doing it, and then we ended up doing. Oh, and then we were like, we decided to start it off as a Dark Tower podcast first. And I was like, there was just no way I could read the Dark Tower in time. It was too long. And then eventually I ended up, actually the very next year, I read the whole series in 1 year, thanks to Audible. But at the time it seemed impossible. So instead we did 90s Percentile. The 90s Percentile was originally supposed to be a Stephen King podcast. And it kills me because there was not a single Stephen King podcast. And it was before his renaissance. Yeah, it was before all of a sudden he like had his second coming or third coming. And now we would have been the first ones by a year or two before everything. And we would have had all the groundwork laid for when all these projects did come out. And every left turn I make in my life is supposed to be a right turn. Every right turn is supposed to be a left turn.
Levi says, holy hell, I'd be so down for a Dark Tower one.
Yeah,
Also,
no, me
he
too.
says Hillary is awesome.
Levi.
You didn't say that.
Oh.
He's thinking it.
I'm sure he is. We don't need Hillary getting a big head and thinking she doesn't need to do our show anymore. You need to keep coming back and earn the fans' respect.
She was on the detour. She doesn't get to do our show.
Yeah, she fucking needs.
I like that you're gaslighting you're gaslighting your guests so that they come back.
You can't do any better. You gotta come back next week.
My Mac is saying,
I have to be at the studio at 9 in the morning. I gotta be a boss. I can't miss it. I gotta tell Matt and Corey which movie I'll fuck Matt and tell.
guys, my Mac's gonna die.
Yeah, so is my bladder. So
It's
we're
bad.
good. We're good here.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So
Tommy Knockers.
Sweet.
Tommy Knockers next
Sweet.
week. That's gonna do it for another episode of the podcast. Here, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Don't pee on anybody, people.
Jack waved.
Oh, by the way, Hillary, they cut when you cut into their ending last week. I noticed on the audio version they cut it out. So
I said it didn't make it.
it just it shouldn't make it. You're the guest. You're the host. You should end the show.
I let her finish it.
No,
this
it's
week.
true.
I let her finish it this week. No one gives
Aw.
a fuck about me. We've been doing this so long. They're not here for us.
They're not here.
Yeah, there's that too. Don't tell our guests that though.
Right.
What am I doing with my life? Oh, this here. Boop. There. There's your proof that Levi said you are amazing. And with that, I'm gonna kill this,
Cool.
and I'm